Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons. Which, if you recognize from those voices, we have returning finally after the first foray into parenthood, Travis and Laura. Welcome back.
You guys are a sight for sore eyes.
We have missed you so much.
I am so happy.
How's the kid?
No, he's great.
Yeah, no, he's just a love.
He's here in the studio right now. So you might hear crying. If I get up from the table, it's because I'm gonna go feed him.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
He dictates all.
Yes.
Well,
You're at his whim.
welcome back.
Thank you.
Happy to have you. We missed you at the live show.
I know.
Yeah.
We
Thank
were
you to
there
the
with you in
fans.
spirit.
Wait,
for
no,
sure.
we thought
Loved the birthday song. It was such great energy. You guys did so good.
the audience was fantastic. So.
And you guys looked wonderful. You especially, Samuel.
Yeah, Sam especially.
Thank you.
All right, so let's go ahead and get our announcements. We're going to be kicking into the game today. So tonight we have two fantastic sponsors. Our first, our wonderful returning sponsors for Campaign 2, our friends at D&D Beyond. Sam.
D&D Beyond. Thanks to D&D Beyond for sponsoring and helping out with the live show. Your sponsorship dollars will help our cast pay for the therapy they need after seeing my junk so close and personal. It's been a while since Travis and Laura were here, and this is their first show at the new studio, so D&D Beyond wanted me to bring them up to speed, to catch them up with all things CR. So here's your update. You might want to take notes. Laura, the new Wi-Fi password is Dallas Sucks with an X. Travis, we rented out your parking spot to Brian Foster.
Oh, good.
The
Cabin
cardboard box he lives in will be parked there until September 15th.
I thought he was in the cave.
The Wayfarer's
He works
Guide to
in the cave.
Eberron, the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica are both available on D&D Beyond. Travis, while you were gone, we discovered Ford's middle name is Bronco, so that's canon now. Laura, while you were gone, your dice were all loaned to Will Wheaton for a little while. Oh, no. The break room is open to all, but from 9 to 11 in the morning, Max uses it to poop. We have a code system for reserving the makeup room so no one walks in. If you're breastfeeding, hang a sock on the door.
Got it.
If you're waxing Sam Riegel's chest hair, you hang a bandana on the door. And if you're having sex, you leave the door open because that's kinky. Travis, we have reinforced your chair to accommodate your baby weight.
Get it too.
Laura, you are a perfect creature who creates magical life with the power of womanhood. Talison's new character is a cleric, so you don't have to heal anyone.
Yes.
Liam shaved. It's Ashley's birthday. Marisha no longer thinks sleeves are bullshit. Now she thinks they're assholes. All furbolgs know each other. If you go number 1, please use the bathroom marked Pia Stock. If you go number 2, use the bathroom marked Hupperduke. And there are flies motherfucking everywhere in the studio. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond for sponsoring that inane list.
I appreciate that.
I had a fur blog in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Updated it every day.
And our second sponsor tonight, our fantastic friends at Dwarven Forge. You may have seen some of their products used pretty consistently on this show since I've had access to them. I've hungered after their work since I was like a mid-20s-er, whatever you'd call that. Thanks to their Kickstarters and their update from Dwarvenite to Resin, I was able to find them more affordable, and I love using it. So they're big time critters as well. They've been invested in the show, and they're also just general like leaders in hand sculpted and painted terrain sets. I love them, and they launched another Kickstarter recently for their Caverns Deep set, which is awesome. It offers 15 different distinct encounter areas, like as it says here, the Webbed Layer, the Mushroom Grotto, and a brand new forest terrain system called the Dread Hollow Forest, which me and Liam got to unveil at Gen Con in a live game that looks so fucking cool.
I backed that shit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I backed that shit.
Immediately.
So did I. So we're there. You should back it too. They also they put out a video I think yesterday, the day before, that unveils one of their passages. I think it's like the prison passage, where you get to watch me as a little mini get imprisoned, brutalized, and then murdered. It's fun.
I didn't realize when we were trying to save your voice box in the game at Gen Con that was part of a
It was an inside joke of the upcoming video, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they asked if I'd help out with that, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So you can become a backer now if you're interested on at critroll.com/dwarvenforge for all the information about the current Kickstarter. And it ends August 14th, so it ends ending really soon. So if you want to get in there with all the amazing stretch goals, go check it out. And be the first to check out the exclusive Kickstarter at the price point that only the Kickstarter enables. So, Honey Heist 2,
Yes.
Electric Bear Galoo,
Oh my god.
will air tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time here at twitch.tv/Critical Role. Critical Role. And then also, if you haven't seen yet, my fireside chat that we had on Tuesday is available on YouTube/Critical Role, where I drank a lot of really nice port and talked questions and fun stuff. So it was a good hangout time. Hope to do those more in the future as well. I actually really enjoyed just sitting there and getting mildly tipsy with the internet. It's fun. What the hell was that?
It's the magnets.
Oh God.
There's all your sex toys on the desk, man. Underneath.
Did
No,
my hit
my
points
sex-
already get updated on my thingy?
Yeah.
That's the DM.
That's what happens when people aren't updating it fast enough, and we need to update the sheets here. So I do it for you.
Sorry,
Just blame the baby. Just blame the
I
baby.
do.
It's okay.
Can we get a show
Every
of
time.
hands for everyone who got max HP this level up?
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
You and fuck you.
I got
and
3 last
especially
time,
fuck
though.
you.
Yeah, we got new baby badging, man.
That's true.
I'll take it where I
Yeah,
get
she did roll pretty poorly last time.
runs in an episode. I'll
Ashley
take
got an 11. Yeah. Yeah. So whenever we get her back, she's gonna be a little beefier. So, and last but not least, we have a bunch of new items in the shop. We have our retro teas back. We have the new critter cap is in stock.
wait.
Oh, that's
That's
Laura's
my
job.
I
job.
thought you said you didn't have anything to update.
No, I said I didn't have anything to hold up.
Then here, go for it.
Go.
We have new shirts. We have new hats.
She's been gone so long, don't take her job.
I'm sorry,
I don't know
I'm
which
out of
camera to
practice.
look at because it's all different than before.
That one right
This
there.
one?
Yeah.
There's a bumper sticker that says "Traveler is my co-pilot."
Beautiful. Keep going. Yeah, do it for your son.
We have the Mighty Nein shirt. I don't know what else is there anymore.
Jeez, get
Mighty
my
Nein tea.
back, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
The bumper sticker.
We have the bumper sticker. We have the hats. We have the T-shirts.
Pins.
And we have a
the
pin,
Vox
which is
Machina
going to come
pin.
back in the store. It's not in the store just at this moment, but it will be back.
It will be back, yeah. And you can find those at
And
shop.critical
there's
role.
other things coming in the store.
Nice job, babe. Nice
There you go.
job.
Welcome back.
A1.
Welcome back.
Killed. Top shelf.
And as a reminder, we have our Wormwood giveaways at the break. We'll have information for that when we get to it. But you'll have to jump over to the twitch.tv/Critical Role chat to jump into it and be a part of it. So, but we'll tackle that when we get to it. With that, our announcements for the evening are done. And yes.
Where do I add the +2 to strength for the dad strength I have now? Okay, that's
Your timing is impeccable. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into tonight's episode of Critical Role. And welcome back, everybody. That was a unique rush.
Well, that's wrong.
It's been one of those days.
Years.
So, last we left off, and we're going to do a little bit of time bendy here so we can make sure we get everything we want to. Last we left off, the Mighty Nein, upon heading towards the second leg of their journey, completing a task for the gentleman of who they had left Zadash to earn money and praise with, found themselves in the outskirts of Hupperduke, where 3 members of their team were captured in the middle of the night by a group of traveling slavers.
Which members?
Pay attention.
Oh no,
So-
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, the amnesia arc. You gotta have one at every point of the party. We lost one, we gained one. So, I know. These 2 members, Yasha, Jester, and Ford, all captured by the Iron Shepherds, this group of slavers, and dragged north to Shady Creek Run, outside of the laws of the Empire. The rest of the members finding new allies in Keg, the Dwarven Fighter, Neela, the Fearbolg Druid, and a brief reappearance of the fantastic human cleric Shikasta. These friends together managed to storm the gifted stronghold of the Sour Nest, attack and destroy one by one this team of slavers, leaving the Iron Shepherds down to their last few in the subterranean basement where these cages contained their friends, chained and held in darkness. There, the battle with Lorenzo, revealing his final form after stalking them invisibly from the air for their entire journey through that fortress, revealed himself to be an Oni, a terrible creature of nightmare and entirely unnatural strength and capability. However, through some ingenuity, fast thinking, and some incredible luck,
That shit was actually awesome, by the way.
Lorenzo found himself unable to escape. The members of your team, knocked unconscious, brought back from the brink, and a final blow was dealt by Caleb as his arcane cinders burned away the final remnants of Lorenzo's demonic form.
How do you want to do that?
There. As you began to inspect the interior of the subterranean chamber, you discovered in one set of these prison cells to the left, there lie chained Jester and Ford, in the other, an unconscious Yasha. And with that, you had made your way through the bars, unlocking the mechanisms that held them at bay, and have now come back face to face with your taken friends, with one new friend and one missing. And that's where we come in. Jester, you and Ford both in the chamber after enduring the sounds of other captors being punished, being tortured, and a nearby friend enduring it silently. Just to frustrate them, you've been trying desperately to contemplate ways of escape, to try and find a way to relieve yourself of your bindings to no avail. And then suddenly, there's the sound of battle. Weapons scraping on stone and metal and flesh, screams, familiar voices, flashes of light, the air rushing warm and cold with the nearby blasting of arcane energies, divine forces and powers brought in to sustain and snuff life, and then silence. You hear the voices come close, and as you barely manage to move over and glance over your shoulder, you watch as the bars swing open to the chamber where you're held, and the tiny form of Not the Brave rushes over and embraces you, saying,
Case closed.
Oh yes. Yeah, okay. I'll take whatever's on her mouth off.
You pull off what is essentially a thick leather gag that has been keeping her from speaking.
Hello.
How did you guys find us?
Well, we followed the clues. We traced the evidence. We thought about it logically, and also this girl who was walking down the street told us where to go.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even get to tell anyone. I tried to cast sending, but my hands are
Oh, let me
bound.
untie you. I'll cut off her hands.
Well, they're bound by chain manacles.
Oh,
but we'll
God.
say, given the fact that there is no immediate pressure of time, you take your time with the bindings using your lockpicks and manage to free her of the manacles.
Thank you. Ford is also tied up, though, really bad.
How are you doing? Oh, sorry.
Oh, my muscles would be really sore. Oh,
Yeah.
This is really hard for me. Somebody else should help him out.
Are you sure he's not just like...
Seriously, though, this is really painful.
Okay,
Somebody
okay.
should help him.
We'll help him out.
Do you know how bad it is to have your hands tied behind your back for several days?
I don't know.
It's not fun.
Oh, no. Ford, are you all right? Are you injured? Did they cut off your thumbs?
No, we got our thumbs. Where's Yasha?
Oh, I don't know. Do you guys see Yasha?
They took her out of here.
They knocked her unconscious.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bo, do you see Yasha out there?
I look in the other chamber. Is she in there?
As you guys had noticed at this point, you've glanced over in the other chamber, and you do see faced away and lying within the other chamber is Yasha. You manage to eventually get it open, and inside, she's lying there, motionless.
Can I check her to see if she's still breathing?
It's really relatively easy to check. She's breathing, and she looks pretty brutalized. There are gashes and tear marks in the flesh where hooks were pulled through. There are streaks of dried blood on her. But she's not unconscious within an inch of her life. She's a hardy woman, and she's endured a lot, and then some, and she lies here unconscious before you, still bound in manacles.
Seeing Bo go in ahead of me, still sitting on the table, I mutter a word and cast knock, and the manacles fall away.
Deuces. Have any healing left?
Not a drop.
I have healing, though. Don't worry, I have healing. Who are you? I have healing.
Are you okay?
Yes, I mean, I can heal. I haven't been using any spells. I can't use anything when your hands are tied.
I just give Jester a big hug.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you, guys.
Well, let's
I go
let's
cast
move.
Cure Wounds on Yasha.
The wounds seal up, and she notably becomes healthier. You watch as some scars still remain, but she's further from the brink, but still unconscious.
Is the room clear? Did you take care of all of them?
Yes. Yes, I think so. We haven't scouted around every...
So many.
We had some help.
You did.
Shakasta's here.
I saw Shakasta.
Shakasta?
No, we saw him in one of the. I just couldn't tell you. I saw him in one of the other cages.
I didn't see him.
There's also a really nice furbolg named Neela. Her son and her mate got scooped up.
Is that like Pumat Soul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she
It's
got
like
her.
him, too. Oh,
Hi.
this is Caduceus. He also came with us to help out.
Caduceus.
Hello.
We met him this morning.
Yeah. We've had an interesting 24 hours.
I'm here to help. I made a deal with this one. It's okay.
Oh.
I like your hair.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
very
I like
chill.
your hair.
Thank you.
Caduceus, I'm forward.
Ford,
Appreciate your help.
you want to get up out of this thing?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Where's Molly?
Who?
Molly.
Oh, your friend.
Jester.
Is he waiting upstairs?
He didn't make it.
To this dungeon? 'Cause he's waiting upstairs?
He didn't survive the trip. I'm really sorry.
Was that when we heard you guys?
The caravan.
We were in the caravan. We heard
You
you
were
guys
in there?
fighting. We heard people shouting. I heard you call for Molly.
Yeah.
We couldn't see you. Could barely see anything. We were stuck. They had us gagged and bound, and I I swore I heard a few voices, but we were moving before we knew it.
We tried shouting. There's just no way you could hear us.
No, we are sorry. We tried our best, but it wasn't good enough.
He tried his best. He got right up in Lorenzo's face, and it just wasn't strong enough.
We got cocky and underestimated our enemies.
It's not your fault.
Where did you leave him?
He's buried in the wood, in the bramblewood, right? No, that's not right. That's old campaign.
Yeah, no, you
What's it
buried him.
called?
You buried him along the Glory Run Road.
It's a fitting name. We can take you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the way back to Zadash. I gotta talk to the gentleman anyway.
Did you kill everyone here?
I think so.
Lorenzo?
Yep.
What about that short guy that was really mean?
Prado?
Fuck him. Prado.
Prado? Yeah. No,
We should be sure.
And the nasty bunch, Lorenzo was not what he seemed.
We need to give the house the once over. Make sure there is nobody left. We agreed to clear this house of everything.
Fuck! I'm sorry. We should have seen them coming, heard them. We just weren't expecting it.
It's no one's fault.
Doesn't feel that way.
No, it doesn't. I was lying. But
Yasha doesn't know.
She won't know for a while. It always takes them a while to wake up. That elfin woman, she would cast something, she would do something to the manacles.
To make them impossible to...
Beat the
To knock
fucking
us out.
hell out of us, and then if there was anything left, one touch, and that was it. Darkness.
we overheard them saying that they were trying to break people mentally. Do you know what they were trying to use you guys for?
They were going to sell us.
To who?
Whoever would buy us.
Whoever was paying. I think they were trying to work on our minds first. Sounds like Yasha got the physical part next. It was a long night. I preferred it to the beating, though.
We saw blood when we woke up. Was that yours or theirs?
Probably ours.
Fuck you guys. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say.
Well, piece of shit is dead. All his fucking cronies are dead.
And we learn for the future. This won't happen again. You understand me?
I do.
I mean, this is pretty good from a certain perspective. I mean, you think about it, bad things happen to people every day. And then you have a bunch of people who care about you so much that they come and save you, fix it, defeat a great evil. I mean, nothing this good ever happens. This is great. I'm gonna go check upstairs. I think you guys have a lot to talk about. I'm gonna head upstairs and start searching.
You turn around, there's Keg kind of awkwardly standing in the back of the chamber, hearing all this. She's going, you can see kind of the guilt in her eyes, and she goes, I'm gonna go join Caduceus. Yeah. Pulls out a cigarette and lights it as she follows him up.
Caduceus is an interesting one. You'll
I liked
learn.
his hair.
He's got great hair.
I wish I had hair like that.
Yeah, me too.
pretty positive.
Whatever he says.
You guys did come to save us, though. Thank you. Really.
We
Well, he
did.
laid down his life for you guys. He was the best of us.
We had no choice. I mean, he
You
would've-
did? You did have a choice.
Yeah, you did. You could have let us go. I wouldn't be telling you the truth if I didn't say I didn't consider it for a couple days.
I would have laid down my life for you guys.
I would have tried to heal you back.
Thanks, Chester. Here. Pull out from the back of mine.
From your butt? What did you pull out of your butt?
It's Molly's sword.
Big butt.
Bo got a big old butt.
I think it would suit both of you. But I feel like one of you should have it.
I mean, you roomed with him the most.
Yeah.
But I like really cool things, so I mean, I will take it if, you
Do
know.
you even
And
use
I was
swords?
also a tiefling, he was a tiefling. We were both really
What
cool.
about his jacket?
Oh,
We left it to
we
Marcus
left
Grave.
it.
Yeah. That's
It's
nice.
probably stolen, but you know the thought was.
People need
was
killing
nice.
if that happened, so, you know.
If I ever see anyone wearing Molly's coat,
Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking slit their throats.
Well, unless it's him, you know, he could come back from the dead or something. He's done it before.
He's done it before.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
remember?
Lucian.
Lucius.
Lucian.
Lucial.
Nonagon?
Luke.
Kind of a moot point at this moment.
You're right. I would be honored to have the sword.
Well-
Caleb. Thank you.
Oh. Group effort.
Sure it was. Not. Thanks.
It's an honor.
Bo. Thank you.
Thank you, Chester.
Maybe we can hold on to some of those gags when we leave.
Me and Ford spent a lot of time together in the cell.
Okay, none of that happened.
Lots of eye
No.
contact happening just between me and you.
I've heard stories about people in captivity sort of resorting to primal instincts.
Yeah, I noticed him rolling over towards me several times, if you know what I mean.
I do know what
He
you
just
mean.
kept wiggling.
My fucking
You can't
kidney
really
almost
move
ruptured.
very much.
All
You
right.
just kind of like
Must have
wiggle
been
like a little,
Cold at night, you had to snuggle for body heat.
like shoulder to shoulder like this.
Ooh, that's all I need to know.
But really, we should like get Yasha out of here because she's still unconscious.
Oh yeah.
This is fucked up. Stop joking, guys. This is serious.
Oh! Kiri's fine.
Did you wait?
Kiri's okay. Kiri's fine. We found a new home.
I know. I was there. I said goodbye to.
Oh, you did.
I understand how you would think because I wasn't quite myself. But
Also, there's this town where there's these gnomes and they dance all night.
what?
Yeah, it's called Huppadook. It's the funniest
Crazy.
name.
I love that name.
And before that, I've forgotten how long you were gone.
Too long.
Too long.
Too long.
You've done a marvelous job. We can't thank you enough. Let us help you with
Insight check. Has he been turned? Is he different? Is he weird?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
15.
Laszlo has jumped bodies.
Oh, are you really? I'm just kidding you.
Good
All right.
times, you guys.
Get out of here.
Yeah, please get us the fuck out of here.
Are there other prisoners in this area too, or is it just us?
It's just- you guys were the first ones that were. You were the prime candidates to be broken.
We were extra special.
Hey guys. Fuck human traffickers, am I right?
Yeah.
Terrible.
that.
They are terrible.
Let's go rob them blind.
Okay,
They must
let's
have
do it.
something.
I bet they have so much stuff.
shit. We rob them blind.
Shouldn't we try and wake up Yasha?
We have two
we,
healers here. 3.
Well, we healed her. She's still just.
She's
She's just
stable.
out because of
She's
the
just
effect
out.
of the.
I will hang out with her while you guys go check the house. Please bring me any books.
We get everyone out of the basement and we lay Yasha down
Right.
upstairs someplace
I
comfortable.
will sit with her.
As you guys bring her up and you look for other people who are in the cages, you notice that they're all missing. Shikasta has ushered them out of the complex to get them to safety, as he said he would.
Yeah.
Caduceus and Keg are up there kind of sharing a conversation, feeling like the proverbial outsiders.
I didn't actually even search the house. I just ended up in the kitchen. I'm starting to cook food. It was a nice kitchen when we ran through it. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to like see if I can put together like some sort of like omelet or something.
Keg,
I love that.
I love it. Keg is kind of like going through the corpses of the different thugs and kind of rolling them for change. You got kind of the cigarette hand out of the mouth, like feeling for pockets. Who's helming the investigation of the stronghold? Because
I'll take one.
all right, is
I
anyone-
will assist.
all right. So go ahead and roll twice, and so roll with advantage.
What was that thing? We're gonna spend a key point now and
That's called,
do another roll on my
stunning
insight
stroke.
check?
Well, no, it gives you advantage to spend a key point to do it,
Gives me which I already
which
had.
you already had. Yeah.
Okay, 16.
16?
Or sorry, 15.
15, all right. Over the next hour or so, as you guys begin to tear through, and someone wants to take note of this, these are the things that you find.
Short rest.
All right, short rest
This
for
is me writing this stuff down now.
That's your job, isn't it?
I can
Well,
do it,
somebody
too.
hijacked all my good
I got it,
pencils
I
when I
got
was
it, I got
gone.
it.
Here's a pencil.
All right. So amongst the bodies and materials that have been set aside to equip those who exist within the Sour Nest, you get 6 short swords, 2 long swords, 2 crossbows, 3 short bows, 8 sets of partially damaged leather armor. They're all used. They're not in the highest quality. They're functional.
I can sell them.
Possibly, depending on where you take them. So that's the low end. And because you got higher than a 12, you do find, the bottom floors and a number of the second basement floor, you find a plethora of torture implements. Plenty of brands and small blades and hooks. You find what look to be flaying knives, and it's a terrible array. If you were to choose to take any, you could write down torture implements. You, should you be so inclined, you do find on the bodies of the
Shooting a hostile sequel.
yeah. On the bodies of everyone all the bodies that still remain here, as the body of Lorenzo is destroyed, other than the glaive. You find 131 gold pieces across all those bodies,
Stole from me.
and the storage chests that are in the various bunkers in the top floor. You also find a potion. It looks like a weird kind of syrupy quicksilver type of a liquid on the inside of this little glass vial. And you find this receipt.
Gimme.
Good for our taxes.
Service and payments to Iron Shepherd. House Jagantoth? Who's Jagantoth?
Heard that before.
Yeah, Keg has spoken. That's the opposing house to House Mardoon.
Oh, the house that sponsors the Iron Shepherds. These are the receipts. These are the receipts of
People.
yeah. Oh my God.
Travel for hired.
Bribery.
Bree. Ooh, this could take down the Jack
Tools
and
and materials,
Toss.
delivered goods, polished.
And take them down in a place that has law. But it may have some use. You don't know. You did get the baseline 15 DC though. So, and you're going through the upstairs chamber that you found to be Lorenzo's chamber. You discover through the bed, you find 15 gold pieces just kind of scattered in some of the shelves up near the bed unit beneath where there's the platter containing the remains of some young creature. And then beneath, kind of tucked underneath the bed and up into the slats, you find what feels like a heavy leather bag of some kind, and you pull it out, and what you find is like a
Nothing's trapped, right? Nothing's trapped.
You can check if you want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
You want me to check?
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I was assisting.
Yes.
That rogue shit.
Yeah.
Investigation? 22.
Alrighty.
You're not even drunk.
Not trapped, just well hidden.
Okay, okay.
You do find this kind of thick leather satchel as you pull it back. It's well made. It has some stains on it. It looks like some more of a Crimson history, some that just look general like dirt, wear and tear.
Crimson. That's
But the stitching is really well done, and it looks like the front of it almost looks like a face, the way it's designed.
Does it have an open drawstring? Can I look inside?
It has a little flap that opens up, yeah. And you look inside, and it looks like an empty bag.
Blue ink.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
another haversack.
Yeah. Does this seem magical to you?
I mean, reach in.
Okay. See how far your hand
Reach in
goes.
and think of gold. See if I pull it out.
No gold.
Did it feel cold in there or anything?
The temperature felt consistent with the temperature of the room you're in, but you're...
Reach the bottom.
Yeah, I got an idea. I'll take one of these long swords and I'll put it in the
Might
bag.
just poke through the thing.
It might.
Why don't we do something that won't poke through?
Too late, it's happening.
It vanishes into the satchel.
Wait, motherfucker.
But what else could be in here?
Oh, that's right.
Think of
I'm gonna reach in and think of
donuts.
Finger.
Think of something good to eat. Something.
finger foods. Finger foods.
Nothing comes out.
Think of
Gems,
something
healing
magical. Think of
potions.
something magical.
Ox parts.
Think of poop.
I'm gonna think of gems, precious stones.
And you don't get any stones, no.
Think of jewelry. Think of jewelry. That was close though. Think of jewelry.
How do you know that was
I just feel like it was.
Think of the
jewelry.
heads of his enemies.
I mean,
This is like
well,
a
I don't want to
busted
touch
stick
that.
fairgrounds game.
I know.
But what if they're in there? We don't want to be walking around with heads.
I think of jewelry.
Jewelry.
Damn, he's looking at so there's something, and there's something in there.
What?
Caleb,
Look into the reflection of his eyelids.
So here's the thing.
Read all you want, guys.
I do know that with my haversack, where is it, by the way? Who has my haversack? Caleb's
I think Caleb has it actually. Yeah.
Which is great
Okay.
too when you see like the dirty cabinet, like the giant, bright, hot pink haversack over the shoulder. It's a pretty great visual.
Urban
Waiting
Caleb.
for the right moment to give it back.
If you cut the haversack, all of its contents spill out.
You could have ruined it. Oh wait, but that
Or
From the outside.
Oh, okay.
Fucking, yeah.
If you cut it from the outside, if you pierce it, all of its stuff falls out.
But then can we repair it after
No,
that and
it's
use
done.
it?
It's done, skis.
But let's see what Caleb can do with it first.
Okay.
True, yeah. Are there any books in his room specifically for Caleb?
Looking through, not much of a reader. Not a lot of readers in here.
Just issues of
Yeah,
chugs.
yeah. The few that had any sort of magical persuasion, of any sort of magical persuasion, none of it was knowledge based. Most of it was instinct or just natural innate ability.
Piece of shit ability, is that what you mean?
Sure.
Yep.
Douchebag.
Can I go through and look around for any papers or anything that would documents that would point to anyone else that he was working for or selling to, or any.
You guys did together. This is the next like hour and a half of you guys going through all as much as you can, as quickly as you can, because you are still not supposed to be seen or found in connection with this, but you all eventually gather everything and come back to Caleb.
You find him while they were gone, Caleb holding the huge slash on his chest together, and the coat is ripped. He lay down next to Yasha, just looking at the ceiling, and after a long moment of silence said, "Oh, there's quite a day, eh?"
You're injured? I didn't even know. Is everybody injured?
I'm sorry we weren't faster.
We're a little banged up, but we're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine.
Yes, sir.
What time is it actually?
You would gather at this time it's maybe close to 3 in the morning. Sunrise is not that far away.
Did we see Caduceus upstairs?
Yeah, Caduceus was in the kitchen cooking, and you begin to hear some pots rattle around, and you smell like some nice scents of fried herbs and veggies and some other non-meat based food preparation.
Before we head back down to Caleb, I said, "Do you need a hand?"
Oh no, I'm fine. I got this. This is no problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back up.
If you find anything that looks good to eat, actually, just bring it back up. I'll cook it right up. That's no problem.
From downstairs?
You never know. It's a good basement. You could keep a lot of roots down there. It'd be very fresh.
Roots?
Potatoes, turnips, carrots. Roots.
Yeah. Sure.
Had a carrot before, right?
Yeah. No, I've had a carrot.
Yeah, that's good. They're really good.
Do I smell anything in the? No, it smells like breakfast. Fuck it, I'll go back downstairs.
Hey, Matt, question.
Yeah.
Do I, between me and Caleb, who has keen memory, would we remember how many prisoners were in the stronghold, including these guys?
Including these guys?
Caleb would know how many they've seen.
And, like, escaped? How many did we let go? Including Shikasta.
Including Shikasta, if I'm recalling 9? 9.
Is that what delivers good polish means? Not delivered? Okay. Just making sure.
Yep. Polished.
Yeah, polish. Does that mean, like,
Erased.
beaten in? Yeah, erased.
All right,
Broken.
let's get the fuck out of here.
You don't want to get a little healing first in case there are fucking hyenas outside or some shit?
There's bears.
Oh, that counts.
There's bone bears.
Bone
Caleb is
bears?
slashed across his chest.
There's also a road, so we'll be okay.
Can I hear this conversation?
Sure, we're around.
I'd recommend staying the night. You're all pretty banged up.
Yeah, I was going to say, we do have cover here, right?
There's even beds.
What if they have others working with them who come home?
That is
Well,
a good point. Yeah.
I'd still want someone to keep watch.
That worked out really well for us last time.
Okay, let's take it easy.
Are we all in the same room at this point?
I would
Yeah.
think
I think
so.
At this point, you guys have gathered together, we'll say.
And we handed you that haversack.
I have a. Never mind, I'll tell you tomorrow.
Carolyn's.
This is. Oh.
Because I'm a healer. I'm a really good one.
What's that new magic you used? Amazing.
I know, it's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Healers are like cats. You have to have two, you know, so you can keep each other motivated.
Otherwise, once she's fat.
End of competition.
I've been carrying this for you.
My bag!
Yeah,
Thank you, Caleb. Although it looks really good with your coat.
I know. Looks better on you.
We didn't find any books upstairs. Sorry.
No, I didn't think. Thank you.
You found a strange bag. Maybe when you're feeling a little better, you can look at it and tell us its magicalness.
Yeah. go now?
No, whenever you like.
I hold my
Who has it?
bag up to Caduceus. Cad's hair.
Okay.
Does it match?
Book out
Does it
and
go?
on the floor and start tracing the symbols on the floor and give me 10 minutes.
I'm gonna lay down and take a short rest. This bow's feeling rough.
All right.
There's tired. I'm gonna eat some of Caduceus's food.
Caduceus eventually comes and joins you guys with platters of all sorts of well-cooked, well-spiced, or organic vegetables and whatever else you happen to have on them.
D&D, everything's organic.
It's true.
Some mushrooms, beans.
No, blood pudding.
So good.
Coffee.
Sounds exactly
So what are you casting,
like
Caleb?
Caduceus would be.
What are you casting?
Oh, identify.
Identify. Okay.
That's an epic poem right there.
You guys know what this is?
No.
Is it?
What is it?
Is it the thing? Is it the bag?
This is a bottomless bag.
Bottomless bag.
Bag of holding.
Well, it's got a bottom.
It can hold a lot, though. It can hold a lot. More
It
than.
hold more than mine?
Yeah.
Well, then it's expensive because mine was very pricey and it holds
Well,
some
if you know how
stuff.
to bargain, maybe.
What is
wants it?
that?
Who wants it?
Who wants it?
Whoa! What happened? I mean, I know what happened. Fuck.
How about I hold it for you?
Yeah.
Tradition. Wow.
You can cook.
I definitely can cook. I mean, I can, whether or not it's any good, I'm not sure, but if everybody's happy with it.
What are we doing? Are we staying here, or are we hitting the road?
Okay.
I just start scarfing because
Make sure you know everything you can do, so you guys know.
Sorry. I was napping for a moment. What?
Badass. What do you want to do? Are we staying here, or are we hitting the road?
Oh, you're the leader, Caleb. You tell us.
You're the leader?
Oh, yes. He took a position of authority while you were gone, and he rose to the occasion.
Oh, that's wonderful, Caleb. I'm very proud of you.
Mr. Caleb, you don't really look in the state to travel, really. I mean, just to point it out, you've taken a bit of a beating today, and
Well, I don't always look great, but point taken.
there's a bed upstairs.
I think we should stay here.
We can all sleep in the same bedroom and you can put your wire thingy in front of it and then we'll know if anyone tries to break in.
We could drag mattresses down into the living room, light a fire.
Have a fort party?
Fort party.
That's a good idea. I have a surprise for you all.
What is it?
Oh, shit.
Is there like light
much did I
where
hear,
we
by the
are? Is there like torchlight or anything in the lower space?
I think if you guys are probably not hanging down in the torture dungeon right now, which has like very low red light from occasional low burning wall sconces, the main chambers are well lit with torches in the hallway areas, and the interior chambers are a little low lit. So there is light, it's just not a lot.
Can I take the bag and like just kind of hold it up under a light source and kind of look in, like see if there's like stuff rumbling around? It just looks empty.
You look inside and it looks pretty empty.
Can I shake it? Does it make any noise? Like,
No noise.
I'll reach in and just like grab the inside of it and turn it out and see if there's like.
Okay. As you pull the bag inside out, it kind of jolts away from in one side of your grasp, and you watch as a bunch of things just spill out of it onto the ground.
Oh,
From the bag?
From the bag.
how'd you do that? What is that? What's in there? How did you do that?
Yes, I was hoping
it
for
inside out.
Yeah, to take all the hidden goodies inside. It's a pinata.
Yeah, I have deep arcane ability.
Did you break the bag? Did you pierce it? Did you pierce it? Is it ruined forever
I
now?
just turned it inside out and all this shit poured out.
Magic.
Pick up a couple.
Yeah, let's go.
You're a wizard,
So the
Open good one.
You do
the heavy noise that draws you guys over to this involves collecting 101 platinum pieces. That
Whoa!
We are dumbasses.
4 additional sets of manacles.
Those things. Those fucking
Why
things.
do these things follow us everywhere?
They're evil. Those are really
it's
evil.
almost like there's a
Slave
The big
empire.
villain for this
Did the lady-
is called Mr. Manacle.
Did the lady ever say anything when she was casting, or was it just touching?
It was just casting the spell, and she wasn't always touching it necessarily. She was just near it and something. About 24 teeth clatter to the ground from varying backgrounds and levels of decay. A meat hook, the handheld meat hook, looks a bit rusted.
Gross.
You find there is a red gem, a well-carved red gem about that big, like a not quite a ruby, called like a corundum gem, and what looks to be a sealed envelope, a wax sealed envelope. But as part of the seal, there is a coin kind of pressed into the seal.
A special coin. What does the coin look
That will
like?
kill you.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, physical props!
In fact, you recognize it immediately. This is called a galley.
This is a galley.
Galley is specifically a gold piece that is produced along the Menagerie coast.
Ooh, it even smells good. It smells like home.
Maybe we should
7.
open it.
Is it trapped?
I will look at the coin for traps.
Make an investigation check.
Caleb is doing the silver wire while that.
23.
Okay. It does not appear to be trapped.
You guys, should I open it?
Looks like there's a handprint on the back.
In the
Wow.
Ew, is it blood? Does it look like blood, or does it? It kind of looks like somebody spilled their hand in like
Yeah.
tea or coffee.
It's a little more of a grease stain of somebody who was holding it, not necessarily any blood stain. Almost like Lorenzo maybe had grasped it while
Should I open it?
Yes.
a little greasy.
Should I open it? Should I open it?
Yes, it could be a wedding
Okay, I
invitation.
did it already. Ooh.
Oh my god, this is so awesome.
Oh goodness. Whoa, what is this thing? There's a drawing on it. It's a really good drawing.
It is a very good drawing.
Is that peach?
Cantaloupe.
It's like a melon with a cut in it. Many thanks to you. What is that name?
Jonas?
Ionos, I think is what
Maybe.
it is. For dealing with the thieves who appropriated my possession. Reliability like this will prove profitable for you and your house should you continue to be. 1/2 of our agreed payment is enclosed. Is that the 100 platinum was 1/2 of it? With the other being paid upon recovery of the cloven crystal. I think that's what this thing is. It is imperative that you find this bauble and return it to me. It has great sentimental value to me and my family. This rendering should suffice to guide the discerning eyes of your hunters.
I pull out the red gem and hold it next to the picture. Does it look like the same?
The red gem is just kind of a square-shaped, hued
Nah.
gem.
Yeah.
That looks like a crystal sphere with like a giant hacked crack across the front of it.
Time is of the essence, and should I not have it by
really
the end of
familiar to you.
Queen Pillar? Queen's
Quen Pillar?
Queen Pillar? Is that a month? What is that?
Quinn Pilar is a month, yes. it's
Yeah,
the
we
next
know that month.
Time is of the essence. Should I not have it by the end of Quen Pilar, I will be forced to end our agreement and seek a business relationship elsewhere. I warn you, we are fiercely loyal to those who appease us and staunchly resentful to those who do not.
Ah, and then he said, when he was writing it for sure.
When recovered, please deliver to
Marius Lepoil at the Wayfarer's Cove.
Thank you. No, tell him you have a gift
For the captain. And it's signed Avantika.
The Wayfarer's Cove, you're also familiar with. It's one of the 3 main shipping yards of Nicodranas.
That is, you guys.
So what's the gist of this letter? Someone hired someone to get some stuff back from a thief. There's more stuff.
Can
If
you,
they don't get it soon, someone will be pissed off.
So wait,
Marius Le Pen?
somebody hired, do you think,
Whoa.
do you think somebody hired Lorenzo to do this? Or do you think that Lorenzo stole this from somebody?
Jester, will you hold up that letter so I can see the drawing, please?
Do you recognize it, Ford?
Doesn't everybody?
It looks kind of like a
yes.
cantaloupe
Yes, we
with
saw
a
one of these.
hole in it.
It's in your belly.
Is that what's in your belly?
Belly?
It's pretty damn close.
It's fucking high.
So wait. So we just need
Hold
to
on. This
return
letter
you.
was for you? Are you Marius Le Pen?
Do you know Avantika?
I just sit down on the floor and lean back against the wall.
Have you ever been to the Wayfarer's Cove?
No.
I have. I've been there
No,
before.
that's not true. I have.
But you're from the Menagerie Coast, so it's
Yeah.
when you guys met.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
there,
but he wasn't in Nicodranas with me.
but I've been to those harbors before many times.
Wait. So if we bring you there, we'll get 100 platinum, you think?
Where did we find this?
Excuse me, just a moment. I'm sorry. Does anyone have a glass bead? Just a glass bead. Cheap, doesn't matter.
No, I don't
Glass?
think so.
One,
Do I have something on me? Would I have a glass
you have
bead on
50
me?
rings. Do you have a glass bead? Necklaces, anything. Do you wear a glass bead on you?
I give my beaded bracelet to Not. Not, you still have my beaded bracelet,
Was
right?
it beaded? The jade bracelet?
Jade
Oh,
beaded
That was a piece
bracelet.
of jade.
Not glass.
Do you have a bead?
Would it work?
I have shards of shiny pottery, silverware from the fish people, human jerky, a dead rat,
Human jerky?
uh-huh,
Where the fuck
a
have you guys
vase,
been?
some old
Your
flowers.
rings. Do any of them have just a glass? Are they costume jewelry?
Sure.
Prize it. It's not
Oh man, I really like the look of
You break
that.
apart.
You bring out what looks like a really nice pearl.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Throws the ring
No,
away.
I didn't. Caleb.
As you were, and then he just starts muttering again and walking around the circle that the silverware was.
Yeah,
to
you,
this.
you get the sense that it's not a real pearl. This is a pretty cheap piece of jewelry.
Perfect.
Okay, wait. Let the masters work here.
Okay, well, let's figure this
Where
out.
did we see that? Where was that? Was that in the tree? That was in the
that?
tree.
No, that was in that thing.
Underneath, in
Underneath
the well.
the tree.
Right.
With
And
the
then-
fish
yes.
people.
With the fish
With the
people.
fish people.
Yeah,
Which
they,
are
they
called-
were like worshiping it.
What are they called, those people?
They're called Mara.
Mara.
Okay, so
Okay,
the Marrow stole that.
from
A water place, right? The
you just
Wayfarers.
spit on this letter.
I'm
I saw it
a
happen.
goblin. I spit.
Did you know, Fort, that the thing that's inside of you is called the Cloven Crystal?
Or the clover crystal?
No, it didn't.
Cloven crystal.
Well, now we know something.
And the Marrow stole it from someone here.
Wait, do I know Marius Liphula?
You have no idea who that is. You've lived in the town for a while, and you know a lot of things about the locations, but you haven't traveled around Nicodranas.
No.
So the people you know are those that have come in and out of where you grew up, and that name does not ring a bell. Neither does the captain.
This is a mystery.
It is.
Would-
Solve this.
Could I see
Yes,
it
we will.
for just a second? I'll give it right.
It's evidence.
Yeah.
Wear
Make
gloves.
sure you don't get your fingerprints all over it.
I would like Caleb and Beauregard, and Ford, actually, the three of you to just roll intelligence checks.
Why not us?
And
First
Why
one,
aren't
6 weeks.
we?
Caleb is not paying attention to anything going on.
That's true.
Yeah,
So just
Nicodranas.
Beauregard.
7.
Just straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
5.
5.
Okay.
Bummer.
Would I roll an intelligence check?
No,
Damn it. Is this a real coin?
that is a real coin, yes. It is a gold coin. If you'd like to take it off of the envelope, you may add 1 gold to your...
No, it's so pretty on the envelope, though.
Avantika?
It really does smell like
Avantika?
home.
Okay.
Ionos.
The captain. The captain was the person who stole it? No. What?
No, the captain, he has the letter. I can't tell you.
Tell him you have a gift for the captain when you see Marius
Wow.
Lepoil at the Wayfarer's Cove.
Okay.
Well, I have the Cloven Crystal. I do not have access to it at the moment.
I poke his belly. Do I feel a little hard spot on it? Do I feel it? I rub it. Can I
medium
feel a
armor
little
on.
circle on there? Little globe under the armor there?
Please, stop.
Ford is expecting.
Maybe we should have Caleb check out some of these items. I mean, what if this meat hook, like, you know,
He's muttering and walking in circles.
is magic? Like, you throw it and it comes back to you or some shit.
You should just try throwing it and see if it comes back to you.
Matt, what was the Cult of the Caustic Heart? I'm trying to remember.
Which one?
Cult of the Caustic Heart?
Cult of the Caustic Heart. That was, if I recall, with Kellyanna.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
The 24 teeth, are there any of, like, tusk variety?
Looking over them, it appears that one of them would be similar to a tusk, yes.
Can I take that?
Sure.
Everybody hears some muttering behind them of words they don't understand, and they hear Caleb say, "Ah!" And a large bubble goes in the entire entryway, and there is a giant half dome of pale orangish brown energy, and then you just see Caleb's head go, "Hey, look what I made!"
What is it?
What is that?
Can we go into it?
Oh, we going. Is it a dope pillow fort?
Can we see through it?
At the moment, I mean, looking at the specifics of this.
Caleb, can you hear through it?
Yeah,
Can we come into it?
only you.
Yeah.
Is there a
and
door?
Can I go? Do I just hit the side of it? How do I get
you
in?
walk in, and as soon as you're in and look back where you came, you don't see what you walked through. You just see the room and everybody around it. They can all come in, but be quiet.
Okay, okay. This is so cool. Well, you need like pillows in here, Caleb. This is really neat.
What is it?
Well, it's
I'm gonna walk in. Did it work?
hello.
Hi! Ooh,
Does sound come out of it? Can I hear them talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hi!
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, God!
You can't see us, but we can see you. I've been working on this for weeks.
This is really cool.
Yeah, it's just it looks like a solid dome of faintly kind of orangish brown colored energy, and you can pass through it. It feels like there's nothing there except for the temperature on the inside. It's kind of nice and comfortable.
Can anybody come through? Or only your friends? Only people that you like?
You can come in.
That means you like
I'll
me.
try and push my hand through.
It goes through.
I pull forward in.
Oh. Cool.
So the idea behind this is that, if we sleep in a field or something, nobody is going to come and take us off to be tortured in the night.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
A lot.
And we can go through it. You can go through it. I can go through it. Well, I have to stay inside it, but... Excuse me. I got very
Oh,
excited.
now we're trapped in here with the fart. It's like a big Dutch oven.
Oh God, it's magnified. It's unbelievable. Human turkey.
I have bigger ideas for like a big place, but I'm not, I can't. But
It's
this
a
I can do.
storehouse, right?
Yurt.
Yeah.
I like it. It's cozy.
I like it too.
Well, it feels like outside, but. And also, if we're ever in a tight spot, and we know something.
First game back.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm looking at Laura or Chester. If we're ever in a tight spot, I can also do this, if we are in real danger. That's a little tricky because it takes some time to do it, but...
Yes. It's brilliant. I love it. Caduceus, come check it out.
I'm gonna walk in. Yeah, this is really nice. Really nice.
How tall is it? Is his head touching the ceiling?
Oh yeah, how tall is Caduceus?
It's tall.
How tall?
Like, what was it?
7?
It's about 7 feet tall. 6.5, 7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a tall.
Whoa!
How tall's the roof in here?
Like 100 feet up, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, the roof is but the dome is about a 10-foot radius.
So 10 feet at the top.
Yeah, 10 foot up. So I couldn't make any furniture yet, but anyway, in a pinch, and tonight.
8 hours.
And the alarm is up, so
You can do both at the same time?
it's been done, not.
Bo
You're
goes out,
incredible.
grabs a bunch of pillows from the couches, and just starts like throwing them in.
A voice on the outside goes like, where'd everyone go?
Oh, sorry.
Who is that?
That's Keg, probably. Keg, we're in here.
Hey, gag.
Can she come in?
Of course.
All right. Keg steps in. You see the kind of dirt-smeared side of the face of this really kind of intense, square-jawed dwarf woman with what was once 5 o'clock shadow that is now coming into like some decent stubble now. Short, kind of reddish-brown hair. Currently in the last elements of a hand-rolled cigarette, in full armor, smattered with blood. Pokes in.
I can't make a side bubble. So I don't mean to intrude, but what you said.
Stop talking to me, Caleb.
Hey, so I guess we saved you.
You helped?
Yes, she fought bravely.
Quite a bit.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you.
I don't know what would have happened without you guys. Really.
You would have been tortured
Yeah,
and
no.
brainwashed,
Good.
sold, and probably killed in a few months. And a
I
horrible.
don't know. I feel like I'd be really nice to have around the house. People might have kept me around.
Well,
That's not. That doesn't make anything
But
better.
thank you, Keg. You were amazing.
I'm just happy to make up for past mistakes.
I drag Yasha's body into the thing with us.
Okay.
and I'll go
you're the only
gather
one who
up
do
the money and the teeth and the meat hook and the red gem, all that shit in the bag.
Pull it
bring
inside.
up, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then turn it back out. Double it up.
Teeth and coin and gem all come clattering into the middle of your circle.
I brought you stuff to.
Okay, that's a lot. I will spend the next hour or so before bed going through every single thing slowly and methodically with my spell book.
All right. Well, the potion that you had found earlier
Yeah.
is magical.
And that gem that
Yep.
you had Beauregard. The red gem.
The red gem is also magical. The sets of manacles emit a faint magical aura.
Yeah, yeah.
All the things, all the things.
That's a big.
Yes.
What do we get? What do we get?
Leave me alone, I'm reading.
Okay. Hey,
Meat hook.
Meat hood is not magical.
This is has great power.
what is it?
It's a meat hook.
Do. That seemed like a
You look really scary with it on you.
It's probably been through people's skulls, actually.
Yeah, probably.
I'll take it. Are there? You said there was lots of bows. There was short bows and long bows and stuff.
Yeah.
Arrows,
6 short swords. Yep. Oh.
bolts.
There are bolts, yeah. If you wanted to restock, there's probably close to 300 bolts.
Whoa.
Jeez. Got it.
I'll fill up, and then also I'll take some arrows as well.
All right.
Does it look like
It's about 100 arrows.
anything I can throw?
I'd say, yeah, if you're looking around, I'll see if you find an errant dagger or two. Yeah.
Take an errant dagger or two.
2 daggers.
2 daggers.
Not too difficult to locate in this space.
Is this what Yasha had on her?
Yeah.
All right. Should we go to sleep? Huh?
I want to make sure Caleb's square.
No, we're good. This potion will give you a silver tongue for an hour or so.
Like you'd be a really good talker?
Yeah, like this one over here. Or make this one, you know, inhuman. This, I'll come back to this. This is the manacles he holds up. Yasha had on her when we found her. This is strange. You put them on a person, and someone like me, maybe Ford, could make that person fall asleep for at least a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, magic.
Sounds right.
That's what all of us were wearing, dude.
Yeah. Well, now we have it. You want?
What do I say to make them fall asleep?
Nothing.
I don't want it.
You're kind of glancing over the chains, and you can only begin to fathom probably how many people have been put in that set.
I don't want it at all.
I pocket it.
It's pretty big.
Oh, what is it?
Like it's a
not-
set of manacles. It's like 2 wrist manacles.
It was like, it's not like how big is it?
It's 2 cuffs for the wrists.
Yeah.
That goes behind the back, and then 2 cuffs that go around the ankles, and then chains that connect them. So it's
So
about
it's-
it's like
Oh, okay.
it's maybe about 15, 20 pounds of
I was
metal.
thinking oversized handcuffs, but never mind.
That can go with the bag of holding for
yes,
sure.
sure.
Or
Yeah,
the
we'll just tie
bottomless
these
bag.
forward.
Or,
Here. So you've got that. You can have this. This is This is a gem that can summon a creature of fire.
Wow, what?
A creature of fire.
Yeah. That is amazing. That is powerful.
I mean, I feel like fire is kind of your thing. You sure you want me to have this?
It's not my thing.
It kind of is your thing.
Not me and me alone.
That's true. There are like 4 elements, and it means you're going to be sharing a lot. There's going to be a lot of overlap.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, good.
So you guys all resting up for the evening? As the sun is right about now, Caleb, rising. It's about 5:30 in the morning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You guys have been doing all this through the night.
Are we taking a long rest?
Yeah. Sleep till the afternoon.
Before I turn in, can I sit with Molly's sword
Yeah.
and staring at it? Thank you. You were very kind to me. Hope to do right by you and make it up to you one day. Then I'll try to concentrate on the sword.
Okay. As you focus and attune to the weapon, you feel the essence of the blade that you had previously bound yourself to begin to slip. And the faint kind of interior rumbling of your rib cage begins to feel like a heavy bass is just quaking on the inside of your torso. And it's uncomfortable at first, and then you realize it's this kind of burrowing, for lack of a better term, appetite, with the previous weapon now gone, and in that void, that hunger focusing in, you're looking at the blade and you blink, and as your eyes open, that shadowed depths are around you once more. And you look around for an instant, and all you see is the deep, dark recesses of some endless ocean. And you look down at the blade in your grasp, the Summer's Dance blade. And then blink once more, and you're back in the chamber, and it's gone from your hand.
The blade's gone?
Yeah.
Dude, you just swallowed that thing whole, like, totally.
You guys watched as he focused on it over time, the blade seemed to just fade away. It looks almost like the exterior begins to turn to ash and crumble, but then nothing hits the ground below it, and then it's gone.
We all saw this.
All those who were paying attention and hadn't gone to sleep yet.
Where does all this stuff inside of you go? You have like so much extra storage space in you.
Yeah, I'm kind of like this bag of holding, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to keep Molly with us, though. With me.
I know what you mean.
With that kind of awkward silence, you see Keg, who's kind of just staring straight out, kind of the guilt on the face of the mention of Molly once more. Kind of, I'm just gonna leave you guys to rest. I'm gonna take some me time. And backs out of the dome with one quick glance at Bo as she exits.
Can
I poke my head out and I go, "You owe me a night!" And I go back in.
And when she's there, she's like,
What was,
I pop back in and I'll go, "I'll be back in like an hour and 20 minutes.
why don't you make it 2 hours?
If it's 2 hours, don't come looking for me. If it's 2.5, then get worried."
You're explaining too much.
All right. Follow Keg.
okay.
Can I look in the haversack and is my sketchbook still in there?
Your sketchbook is.
I want to get out my sketchbook and I'm going to leave the little bubble for a little bit and just kind of wander out, and I see Bo and Keg. And I wander a little further away. And I sit down with my sketchbook.
You don't see. You just see blankets behind. It's like when The Sims.
You just see a windmill.
Yeah.
It's just a windmill of legs.
Yeah.
Woohoo! And I'm going to try to think of what to draw for the last few days to tell the traveler about, but I don't really know what to draw. And instead I just write, well, why didn't you come? And then I close the book. And I go back inside after a little bit.
Okay. With that, you all finish a very necessary long night's rest, coming to consciousness just as the dome vanishes, exposing the kind of center of the base floor walkway where Caleb had set up both the protections of his spells and the dome in the first place. Bo has not returned. But you all wake up. The front door, which is right across from where you are, is partially ajar. So, just partly open.
I'll
Door's
walk
open.
outside and get some fresh air and see what I see.
Okay, make a perception check.
17.
17. You walk outside. It's early afternoon now. It's chilly. Snowfall has set in now, and there is a faint snowfall. The entire grounds of the interior of this courtyard, where the trees have been cleared for the construction of the Sour Nest, is just white. You see it gathering up on the tops of the walls and the outside. It's almost beautiful, if not for the connotation of where you are. And all around you, on the outskirts of the wall, you can see where the white is dusting over the purple and grays of the Savalier wood that surrounds you. You do notice across the way the open gates on the southern side of the wall that enters into the courtyard, also partially ajar. You see faint footsteps leading from the gate to where you are.
Are they deep, heavy dwarf footprints?
They are, and they're heading away from you.
I rub my thumb along the lucky rock in my pocket and smile at the snow and think about playing in it when I was younger, and go inside to wake up anyone who's still sleeping.
Okay. Bo, at one point you did wake up this morning, half-heartedly, as some people aren't as stealthy in their exits as, as others.
Cling, clang, clunk, 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 clunk.
Kind of open one eye and glance over, and the door closes.
I chuckle and just roll over and go back to sleep and kind of smile as I dig into my pillow.
All right. You all come to consciousness, and kind of come to as Caleb wakes you. On the outskirts of the dome by where Nott was sleeping, there is a tiny little piece of paper.
Oh, it's a note. It's a note for me.
So much mail.
Oh, it's a note. It's really badly written. It's like Frankenstein wrote a letter.
Name is spelled wrong too.
Sorry.
Sorry. Should I read it to you guys? It says, "Not sorry for going before you woke up. Bad at goodbyes. Never really had friends before. Yuto was my only friend, but now you and I are friends. This this thing was from Yuto. It will protect you. Thank you for helping me, Keg. P.S. If anyone hurts you, I will kill them. Kill spelled wrong.
There is underneath the paper where you pulled it away, you saw it was a medallion that was hanging from the bottom of her, I think it was a warhammer. And it has a symbol of, looks like a star or a sun of multiple points sticking out on all sides.
I'll take it and put it around my neck.
All right.
And I am now invincible.
You.
Oh shit.
Much stuff.
Medallion of cigar smoke.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Medallion of stogies.
Medallion of 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, no. Have to have one character in every campaign that just grows facial hair for no reason.
The charm bracelet of dwarven kind just gets a little bit of stubble.
Did you just identify on those like the ruby thingy at all?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing.
You wake up and there is a letter. Wow.
Fucking secret Santa, this bitch.
Oh my god.
I hope it's a terrible drawing or something. Sorry.
Guys, I've never gotten morning after.
That's fucking great.
It's almost as good as the Carrick letter, you guys.
The immediate regret. Oh man.
You gotta have the full experience.
Yeah,
You gotta have the full
yeah.
experience.
Oh my god.
First off, 4 bow spelled wrong.
Yeah. Oh, everything's crossed out. Thanks.
Those letters were actually written by Ashley Birch for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I love.
You can see.
You can see it. She was trying to write. Your eyes are beautiful when you smile. I love. Thanks.
Amazing. I like that.
Doing good.
I'll cherish this forever.
I forgot to ask, before we do anything else, Lorenzo's glaive, his weapon, did we get that?
In theory,
We did.
It was
right?
left below, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we grabbed it, right?
Yeah, you have it.
I think.
Anything?
I mean, it's a wicked-looking weapon.
Just give it to me.
Yeah, I'll go grab it and give it to Caleb.
Okay.
Wow.
It is not magical.
That is magical. And that it is very, very finely crafted, but it doesn't do anything except cut me across the chest quite deeply.
If it had spelled the end of one of my closest friends, I know that I would want it, so we should probably keep it for Yasha when she wakes. In the bag of holding.
Whoa. That bag is way better than my bag.
It's pretty big.
We could always dye that one pink too.
We don't have to do that.
I could help with that.
You can?
Yeah, probably.
You can dye things colors?
I mean, possibly. It could work. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Probably.
We have a long way to walk, so is that what we're doing?
Where are we going?
Well,
Zadash.
oh, we have to finish the thing for the gentleman. Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
But also,
We already got in touch
we should go back to Ophelia Madun.
Well, that's part of the
with
thing that we have
Ophelia
to do.
Mardoon,
Yeah.
who was part. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Glad you guys are keeping track.
How much
'cause
time do we have left on that thing?
We're doing okay. We already got in touch with Ophelia, who was the woman we were supposed to get in contact with. We were like a day or so late, but she was fine with it. But she wanted us to go kill Lorenzo and the rest of the Iron Shepherds, so it was a very convenient killing, one group of slavers with one stone.
Oh, so you didn't really come to save us. You came to get the money.
No. We came to save you.
I
Money's
know
the
not.
bonus.
I know you did. I was just joking with you.
No, that is true. The money meant fuck all.
This is literally the first they've mentioned in my presence, so.
That means you get all of the money.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Everybody's so generous here. You can give me all of the platinum then. I
No.
don't mind.
No, that is incorrect. I would like my share of the platinum, to be sure. Any coin that we found, please.
Who took it?
Divide it up now?
Ah.
Caduceus, can I ask what your involvement is, or how you became involved in this?
6, 7.
I'll go so far as to say I feel that the fates have intertwined us for a while. I need to head east at some point.
What is east?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. And everything's telling me that I should stick around and see where you're headed. I think that's where I'm supposed to be.
Didn't we promise to do something for you? Like give you our blood or something?
What?
But we never really discussed the finer points. I assumed that you were a vampire and you were going to suck our
People's
blood.
blood again.
He makes dead people tea. It's very nice tea.
He makes
Thank you.
what?
He makes tea out of things that grow on corpses.
Makes cemetery tea.
Interesting point too. Some of the corpses you passed by in the middle of the arena were starting to be overgrown with fungus. It's quite disgusting.
You make dead people into tea.
I mean, they're going to do it eventually anyway. I just sort of usher the process along a little bit.
Is it good tea?
It's very good tea.
Pretty good.
delicious.
I mean, to be
Smells
fair, I think
nice.
we've had 2 rounds of it at this point. I think I've been
Honestly, you
making
can
breakfast.
make a lot of money, like setting up a shop somewhere and like selling tea.
Huh.
And don't tell them it's dead people tea and then wait until they drink it and then go, guess what? That's what's made from.
I mean, all tea is really dead people tea when you think about it, so.
So, are we going to go to Ophelia first and then to Mollymock, or?
Ophelia first, then Molly Mock. It's all along the way.
Sounds good.
Should we wait for Yasha to wake up, or do we bring her with?
Shoot.
There's some,
She's got a day in the spell.
there's some carts around back, 2 to be exact, and some horses that'll make up for Waterloo and or Water Closet and loo and toilet.
Waterloo.
Oh yeah, by the way, we also lost like 3 horses. They're all dead too.
Yeah, I
Horses are
figured.
gone.
I figured.
And the cart.
WC?
Yeah.
WC's gone.
Crapper. John.
He's in the fields.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
Kind of already was, but
But we have a new lease on life. We have new horses. We have a new day. Let's go name some horses and steal them.
Sounds good.
let's do it.
All
We
right.
steal horses. We make a nice little bed for Yasha and
I
kind of
carry
lay
her
her
out to the
down.
cart.
I put her in the bag of holding, and
Are there invisible cages on the carts?
If you go ahead and check, the carts still appear to be saddled up with the cages. When you approach, it looks to be just small bundles of produce and various packs. But upon reaching the edge and kind of peering in, your face immediately goes past the illusion, and you see what looks to be the tarp, kind of heavy tarp that's laid over the cages. And pulling it open, the cages are still there in the cart. Yes.
So the cages are invisible, or the whatever's in the
Under
tarp is invisible?
Best you can tell, whatever's under the tarp is invisible.
Okay.
Everything in the cart.
Yeah. Let's take the. Can we break down the cages easily, or like bring the cages?
They're
out
pretty
of the cart?
large cages. They're like 6 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot, and they're stacked up like 2 at a time.
Can
in
we
the
get
back.
rid of them though?
You
out?
can, yeah. You pull off you pull off the cages and pull off the tarp, and they all come out of the illusion, and they're normal.
Should we put the tarp back up and get under the tarp and see if we can see each other?
hide, yeah.
You get under the tarp, and you're under a tarp.
Can if I stay outside
not
and
the
look
tarp
in?
that's the illusion, or the source of the illusion.
You see all your friends getting under a tarp.
I put my hand through the cage bar. Do I see anything?
Nope.
Fuck.
So wait, what's invisible now?
Wait, are you guys pulled the cages and the tarp off the cart?
Yeah.
And currently, nothing seems to be changed. The cart still looks like it's filled with some small bundles.
on the cart.
Cart's magic.
Yeah, on the cart.
The cart is where the illusion is harnessed.
Okay. Okay.
And as Jester steps into the cart, she vanishes.
Hey,
We have an invisible card. How long will this last?
Can you see me right now?
Just give me 10 goddamn minutes. Whom identify the card.
Okay.
How does it work?
What it is it's a localized illusion to give a fake interior appearance of a cart, but that enchantment has been made permanent through some other magical means.
Cool.
Sick.
We'll take it.
Stealth card.
Yeah. Stealth cart.
Between the stealth cart and the dome, we're going to be rolling dirty.
Also, how long was the ride from Shady Creek to this compound? Like 3 or 4 hours?
From Shady Creek, it's only about an hour or so.
An hour away.
From Affiliates, it's about an hour and a half by foot. By cart, you're not too sure. Some of these woods can be kind of thick and hard to get through on a larger cart.
So slower by cart because
because you're having to ferry it through some more difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Let's
But
go.
worth it.
Grab some stuff from the kitchen, some blankets from upstairs, some pillows, so you can actually be comfortable in the cart.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
be nice.
So you grab 2 of the horses that are still kind of set up on the exterior. You get them forwarded to the cart. You guys throw your cushions and blankets into the back. Who's going to be guiding the cart? There is still the front where the actual seat is, where you can hold the reins and steer it where it goes.
I'll sit out front.
I'll join him.
All right, so Caduceus and Caleb up front, the rest in the back?
Sure.
I'll take one of the other horses. Can I get on one of the other horses?
We're gonna take 4 horses.
Oh, so nobody's in the
Horses are
cart.
there.
Well, we
Except for
need people.
Yasha.
We need horses to pull the cart, right?
That is important, yes.
Right.
So there are 2 horses in the cart, 2 horses that are just free, ridden by...
Caduceus and Caleb.
No, Caduceus and Caleb
We're on the
are
cart.
they're on the front of the cart.
Cart seat.
And I'll ride a horse.
All right.
I'll stay
So
on
that puts Jester and not in the cart with Yasha. With that, you pull the cart free from what it seems to have sunken into some of the cold mud that seems to have closed around the wheels as the frozen temperatures of the snowfall caused it to harden. Eventually, it pulls itself out of that section of the side of the Sour Nest and begins cutting its way, leaving these little tracks in the snow along with the hoof prints. With that, Beauregard, you jump off and quickly push the gates outside from the courtyard out into the Savalier Wood, and with that, you begin to trek back towards Shady Creek Run in the mid-afternoon of this now somewhat cold, snow-fallen portion of the day. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Nice.
Picking up with you guys approaching the fantastic Estate Sybaritic. And before we get to there, we're going to go ahead and do our giveaway. So today we have this awesome white oak tabletop dice tray from our friends at Wormwood. It's nice. Smells good. It's got a leather interior. It's kind of awesome. So we need you guys to jump over to the Twitch chat and Critical Role. It's twitch.tv/Critical Role during the break and enter only once the keyword tonight, which is reunion.
Reunion.
Yes. So enter it once, more than once, and you'll be disqualified. And once again, because of weird giveaway laws, only residents in the United States and Canada, excluding Quebec, are able to enter. But go ahead and jump over to the Critical Role Twitch chat, enter your code, and we'll see you back here in a little bit. All right, guys.
Good. Very good.
And
What? Wow.
That was good. Snaps for that one.
yeah. All right.
That was.
Almost forensic.
That was great.
That was really
I haven't felt anything like that before.
Welcome back, everyone. Laura will be back when she finishes feeding the baby.
I feel like Lorenzo had his
will be a
way with
thing
me
on
just now.
However, we do have our winner of the giveaway at the break. It is Landon Foster 1. Landon Foster 1, congratulations.
Nice try, Foster.
I know. He's trying to win his own giveaways. Damn it.
Getting people happy.
But yeah, we'll have that sent to you ASAP. We'll contact you and get your information. And congrats for your new Wormwood Dice Box coming your way. Alrighty. So, y'all.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Ashley.
birthday, Ashley.
Yes, Ashley. For those who didn't know, it is Ashley Johnson's birthday.
It's nice.
You could have said it too.
I'm not. It's not my face.
But you know, the reason we're not like
Look it up.
overflowing with happy birthday like joy and radiance is because we all just have like a cold,
Rusty, okay?
dead
Rusty.
fury that she's not at the table.
Yeah, we wanted her
Really?
here badly. but her shoot schedule did not allow. But we wish her birthday anyway. Wish her birthday on social media and such. She's amazing, and we love her, and we want her back ASAP.
Come back.
Yes.
Soon.
Ashley, come back.
So, you all begin to make your way through this section of the Savalier Wood, following the best pathways you can for the next hour and a half before you begin to break into the North Clover area of the city. Trying to maneuver around carefully so as to not be conspicuous, thankfully the enchantment on the cart enables you to do so without much issue. However, it is also a very populated area with friends and enemies of the house you are traveling to. Who wants to be responsible for trying to remain inconspicuous?
Hey,
Remaining conspicuous, you mean in the open, not hidden by the illusion of the cart?
Yes, well, you still have 4 of you that are out in the open.
Right.
2 on horseback and 2 actually bringing the cart forward.
Weird question. We don't have the carts aren't sprayed on the side with like Iron Shepherds or.
There's no branding we have
There's
to
no
worry about.
okay.
Stallions, ladies.
Yeah.
There's like a
I
Death
just
Star
wanna make
painted on the
sure.
side.
It's not like just family. Okay, cool.
Just a Jesus fish.
Cat's bumper sticker.
I'll flip my coat inside out to my brown side through
Okay.
the hood.
Perfect.
That's all I got.
I look like a peasant. I'll stay put.
Yeah.
I'll switch to something inconspicuous. So I'll hop to a kind of. I'll join the somewhat inconspicuous looking humans attempting to create a uniform similar to Bo's.
Okay.
Oh shit, you can do that too, huh?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do that?
Well, I don't want to be the only one. I'll make myself a disheveled brunette-looking guy with a sick-ass goatee.
All right.
He
Me and
sounds
Jester
hot.
will be in the invisibility cone.
Yeah. Take everything I just said back.
We're gonna just do each other's hair and make faces at everyone else in the group.
Birds galore.
All right. Fair enough. This part in the afternoon, it's bustling enough towards the central main Clover Street. And with your preparation, it doesn't seem that you catch too much attention, thankfully. You do eventually make your way to the outskirts of the 2-story estate, Sybaritic, where you see the familiar dark redwood and the fence with the what looks almost like 6-inch spear tips still kind of aggressively daring anybody to vault over or make entry. The guards that you had previously encountered when you first arrived immediately turn, and you see the 2 on the inside of the courtyard and the one that's outside of the gate, as another one appears to be stepping into his position. He had left for a moment. All look over as you begin to approach, get their crossbows ready. One of the guards at the very front, the one that's on the outside of the wall already, begins to approach with his hand on the side of a sheathed blade. Who goes there?
What are we doing?
Good evening, good day, good afternoon. We are expected by Miss Mardoon.
Please wait here. Be right back. Need to go check. Closes the gate behind him, locks it, leaves you there. The 2 other guards just keep their crossbows at the ready, but not aimed, just careful and ready to go.
We've met with her already?
Yeah.
How did it go?
Very well.
She's super hot.
True.
A few moments pass, and then the front doors to the estate open once more. The guard returns, approaches, unlocks the gate, opens it. Very well, you may enter. Bring you. He opens the other side of the gate. Looks like it's not quite wide enough to get the full cart into it, and says, "You'll have to leave your cart here."
No, it's not doable. Do you have a wider gate around back or something like that?
We do not. We'll watch it. Don't worry. We'll keep an eye on it. It's not going anywhere.
You personally?
Yes, it's my job. I'm stationed literally right here.
Well, I hope you have some extra hands. We're going to be picking up very heavy equipment and lugging it all the way from the house back to the gate if we can't bring the cart in. I don't mind. It's just...
All right, we can muster a few additional hands. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll go ahead and put in the request.
I know this cart like the back of my hand, and if 1 inch of it is touched, I will know.
Do not worry.
I would just tell this cart that we'll be right back. Stay put.
Goodbye, cart.
Cart.
He's very personal with the cart.
All right. He kind of gives an awkward stare and. Very well. The mistress is waiting for you. Steps aside. The guards kind of flank behind as you, the rest of you, I guess, not Yasha and Jester are staying within the cart. The rest of you make your way through the courtyard into the main chamber, to the familiar interior. Now you, noticing this for the first time, this beautiful estate, which looks like it was built from imported wood, like a dark, almost red-brown, like maroon wood color. You can see elements of gold leafing and some of the designs that have been carved at the edges where different large wall areas come together, and there's a slight, almost a pillar that separates it from panel to panel. But the closer you get to it, you also see they've been weathered over time. Some of the wood is starting to warp a bit, and upon closer inspection, upkeep is better seen at a distance. When you enter the interior, the warm foyer, you can see the staircase that ascends upward. You can see the portraits of figures that seem to be members of this same family. And it is both beautiful and imposing to enter this chamber. The energy here seems very tense. And while you've only seen a handful of guards, you feel like there are more eyes on you than meets the eye. A moment later, stepping down the staircase, you hear the footsteps of Ophelia Mardoon. You see a voluptuous tiefling woman with dark, kind of ash gray skin, vibrant yellow eyes, pupilless, sharpened fangs that curl down from the top of her teeth, slicked back long black hair that seems to almost meet the back of her ankles. Her horns kind of curve backward and go straight up towards the rear of her head. And her coat, this time not in the same colonial garb you had before, but appears to be wearing a long, deep maroon robe that drags down the steps behind her. It's tied across in the front. She's in more of a leisurely appearance, but as she descends, kind of one hand on the front of the robe, the other one kind of slightly gliding down the banister, looking over at this strange bunch that have entered, recognizing you two, not recognizing you two, and says so as she begins to descend down the final bit of the staircase. I see some familiar faces, but strangely, some I do not. Who are your friends before I come any closer?
Well, as I said on our previous meeting, we have vetted appropriate people for the task at hand, which has been completed. That is all you need to know.
Completed, you say? Are you to tell me that these Iron Shepherds have been dealt with?
Everyone other than the common folk that they had taken away have been put to the blade or burnt to cinders.
And what proof have you brought me?
Open up the bag of holding and pull out Lorenzo's glaive.
Fetch it for me. One of the guards comes over and puts his hands in the glaive and kind of waits for you to release it. He walks over and hands it to Ophelia. She grabs it and it's got some heft to it. She takes it and looks it over. Very well. And you are absolutely certain there are no signs left behind to trace it? No one saw you? No one followed you?
You know the one who wields that weapon?
I know of the one that did, yes.
This one broke his jaw almost off of his face, and then his skull was burned to ash. We murdered everyone in that house who was not a farmer. It is empty.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. She wants to believe you, but is...
Natural 20.
Her yellow eyes kind of darken into slits as she inspects you. And for that brief pregnant pause in conversation. You feel this kind of probing stare. You cannot see where the pupils glance, but you feel like you're being looked up and down. And then every aspect of your facial expressions and mannerisms being instantaneously processed. She leans back comfortably in her stance now. Previously, with an intense force of confrontational energy, she now seems to relax. Takes the glaive and hands it off to one of her guards and says, "Please, prepare that for mounting within my collection."
If you don't mind, it would actually be greatly appreciated to us if we kept that for the fallen member of our party.
Right. Very well. Leave it with them, please. And the guard that was just taking it off turns around and brings it back and hands it to you.
It's very kind of you.
Consider it a favor. Remember it, please. Very well. I am indeed impressed. Impressed and intrigued. Simas! She shouts off down one of the hallways, and you see a servant rush around the corner. Yes? Prepare 2 carriages and a package for entry to the Empire. We shall be gone for a couple of weeks to secure business with a contact of mine. Notify Anselm of my absence, please. We leave at dusk. Of course, my lady. He rushes off. So, are you ready to leave at dusk?
You want us to go with you?
I was under the impression, based on my contacts with the gentleman, that we were to return together.
That's right, we were supposed to escort her back. Yep.
We are amenable. That is just fine.
Yeah.
There are more of us waiting a ways away.
How many? I've only called 2 carriages, one for myself and one for you. Do you require more?
We have 3 more. Try.
So a 3rd carriage. It becomes a bit conspicuous in travel.
You want to keep ours?
Well, we have come with our own means of transportation. We can travel with you.
Very well. 2 carriages, same as said before. I will prepare, collect my things. I suggest you do the same. We leave soon. I am excited to travel alongside you.
Yeah.
She smiles and turns and begins to ascend the steps.
What the hot fuck is going on with her?
I think hot fuck is actually very appropriate on a few levels.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I don't know, like...
You could keep some of those puns in your head, you know.
Just digging it.
Why does she want to leave? What is she... this can't be good, right?
Well, we were supposed to escort her back. I'm sure she has more business with the gentleman. No?
Well, the job is the job. We will be watching our own backs regardless, but the job is the job.
Stop on the way back, though, weren't we?
It's,
That's not too much to ask.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
it's along the way.
This is the job. This is what brought you up here. Interesting.
It's not that this was really the job. It was more like there were 2 jobs, and you kind of had to accept both as opposed to one or the other. And the one was like kind of doable, and then we did it. And then the other one.
Bit off more than we could chew by saying yes to both.
Well, I wonder how long before Ophelia's ready to go.
Well, she said the morning.
Yeah.
Dusk.
Which right now, based on where in the afternoon is, gives you about roughly 2.5, 3 hours before dusk hits.
Maybe we'll wait for her just outside the gates with our cart.
Is there anything you guys wish to do or prepare while you're waiting for her to join you outside of the estate?
Us?
Anybody?
I mean, this is the sticks, right?
Comparably, this is the northern side of the Clover Plaza, a little bit to the northwest, and this is where, imagine this is like the sparse gated community of the lawless city. This is part of the northern side of the street is where most of the houses live, the various feuding factions.
Right.
It's where the money goes. Right around the road, especially south of it and east of it, is where you start getting into like the slums and the folks that exist here because they have no other choice.
Right.
The guards or the people that she has working for her, are they wearing any sort of face protection, head protection, or is it open?
The guards that are inside the house are not wearing face protection. They're wearing what looks to be hide armor comprised of multiple thick strips of cured hide, dyed to like a dark maroon color. There is definitely kind of a color scheme going on here with the interior and Ophelia's preferred means of wear. The ones outside do have a very, very simple leather cap with kind of like the heavy straps, almost like a Roman type style that descend past the sides of the chin. But that's about it.
Can I ask, in your previous engagements with her, how far are we trusting her? No, superficially, yeah.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that everyone in this town is dangerous, so eyes wide open.
Yeah, you guys probably didn't see a lot considering you were in cages when you came through, but this is like a shitty shithole. Like a really shitty shithole.
I do live here, you know.
You live in a very nice
Yeah,
garden.
we are not talking
an
about
hour north of here.
the region, just this city.
The city is garbage.
Do you spend time here? No, you have been
You haven't left in
alone.
18 years.
Well, I've left. I just haven't left in a while. I've got to come to town sometimes, get things, get supplies.
Yeah.
Well, it still stands. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, and good thing comes from shit, right? Like flowers.
I'm gonna have to make a little confession. I really haven't been many other places, so I suppose I don't really actually have a great basis of comparison.
You didn't travel much?
No. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I don't. I haven't traveled much at all.
He's been living in a cemetery
Living?
exclusively for a number of years.
It is very beautiful.
Thank you.
Still
Yeah.
a cemetery, though.
Can we ask this? I'm sure you're he's alive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We asked
Very
the
much
same
so.
question. Yeah.
Very, very much so.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, no, the smell just kind of comes with it.
Too, right?
Yeah, it's that little kind of musk.
Like musty
Yeah.
as shit. Yep. Okay.
It's strong at first, but yes, but you get used to it, and it mellows the longer you're around it.
Okay.
You know, when you two kind of mix together, kind of has this like meatloaf smell.
It has not been that long since I took a shower. I don't know why this running gag is continuing.
As this is happening, you guys are talking and spending time within the cart.
Doing each other's hair, and then using my mending cantrip to fix up Yasha's clothes.
Which is helping tremendously in the process.
But she's still lying unconscious.
She's still unconscious. The enchantment does seem to last for a protracted period of time. You do begin to hear what sounds like a few pairs of horse hooves coming up louder and louder behind where the cart is currently set.
Can they see the cart?
I think they can see the cart. They
But
just
they
can't see us
Can
in
they
it.
hear us?
I think
You guys
they
can see
hear us.
outside of it
Yeah.
because there is nothing. There's no tarp
Do
covering
they
the
look like they
space.
can hear us?
You turn around and look. You don't know if they can hear you or not, but you see what looks to be two rather extravagant-looking carriages making their way towards you. One is, you can see like this dark wood with kind of gold detailing on the outsides. Each has a curtained window on the right and the left. Sets of large spoked wheels on each side, and each one has two horses affixed to the front, and there's a driver at the front of each one.
Not. Moon them. Moon them right now.
Oh yes, I will moon them.
There is no reaction, but you are indeed mooning them.
I mean, we laugh very quietly just in case.
Make a stealth check.
Oh no, I rolled really bad on my stealth check. 8.
You see this one kind of older fellow with this, his nose has just grown over time to the point where it's kind of overpowering the front of his face, and he's got kind of this rough white hair across his chin where he just hasn't shaved in a bit, but he's dressed kind of raggedly though nice, kind of. If you imagine one of the ghosts in Haunted Mansion before it died, that's kind of how he's dressed. And as you kind of, he hears you laugh and kind of looks. Hello.
Yasha wakes up.
And he steps down from it. As you guys are stepping outside to kind of, you hear this as well, and you see the 2 carriages brought up on the sides of the estate. Shortly thereafter, Ophelia comes behind you through the door in the long colonial coat that you had first met her in. Behind her, you see 2 of the other guards carrying what looks to be a number of packed handbags behind her. She kind of points them. All right, please place them. The front one is mine. Within that, they start loading the bags up into the carriage, kind of up on top of it. The guy's lifting the other up, and they're passing the bags along as he's putting it up, and they're strapping it down with rope across the top of it for travel, until eventually she's escorted outside of the grounds. She looks to you all outside of the cart, those that she can see. And she goes, should anyone ask along our journeys, I am Lady Quinn Denzala of Nugvarat, going to see my ailing mother in Deerstock. You are my personal guard. If you mess that up, well, you may have more blood on your hands. So it would behoove you to pay attention.
Of course.
Of course, Quinn.
Aging mother.
Very good.
Personal care.
Now, let us be off in comfort. And she steps up into the carriage as one of the guards helps her. She closes the door behind her. The other carriage door is open, left open for who would like to travel along with them.
Are you guys gonna go with her?
So we need our car to be driven.
I can drive that.
In the 2 carriages?
There's one carriage that's hers,
With her.
and another
Just
carriage.
for her.
I'll stay.
She does not want to travel with anybody in
No,
the carriage.
right.
Yeah.
At least not at the moment.
I'll stay on the horse.
I will enter the 2nd carriage if they are looking for people.
All right, so that's Caleb.
How many
Anybody else?
people?
Currently, just one.
Sitting with
just
her?
Caleb. Oh, with her?
How do you, that she wants us?
She doesn't want
Nobody
anyone to
wants-
sit
She
with
wants
her.
to be
She has her own
She wants
carriage.
to be alone.
I think perhaps we are the intermediaries here. Why don't you ride with me?
Okay.
There's still a horse that has to be ridden.
We can tie it to one of the other women's.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll explain what's happening to the horses so that they move appropriately.
We can speak to the horse.
As you guys are hitching the horses to the other horses, Ophelia leans out of a window and goes, "This is intended to be nothing but a visitation travel. There is no reason to have additional beasts. Do you care for your beasts? Are they sentimental to you?
No.
No, not at all. Cut them loose.
Cut them loose, and whatever you lose, I will happily repurchase for you when we arrive in Zadash."
It's not that we don't care for these animals, it's just that we cared for Water Closet and Lou and John way more.
Missing a lot of context on that sentence.
I just wanted you to know.
I appreciate your clarification.
But yeah, fuck these horses.
Indeed. Closes the curtains on her window.
Explain this to the horses. I let them know what's going to go on. Tell the other 2 that they're
Right.
ready to go.
Who's gonna pull our carriage?
Well, you still have 2 horses on your cart, but they're the
I'm
2.
still riding.
Yeah, they're the 2 being ridden separately. So those horses begin to wander off, finding their way through the Savalier Wood southward.
They're just going to get eaten, though. They're just horses.
They seem like they had
named
a
all the
plan.
horses while you guys were in there. I named them Waterloo, Fernando, Mamma Mia, and Dancing Queen.
We'll say goodbye to the two of your choosing now.
Which ones?
Definitely
Which
Mamma Mia.
ones?
Gotta keep Mamma Mia.
No.
No.
I guess
Waterloo.
Keep Mamma
Fernando
Mia
and
honor of
Waterloo.
Laura. Keep Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia and Dancing Queen are staying with us.
There you go. Okay. As they wander off, you hear, "Here!" The carriages begin to pick up speed. Caduceus, you're driving the car? All right.
If you wouldn't mind.
And with that, it picks up as well. And now your train of 2 carriages and your cart begin to make their way southward to Shady Creek Run. You guys begin to curve through the Clover Plaza, where you can see the bustle of the city is definitely making its way towards the latter half of the day. Sunset is cresting probably in the next hour or so. Keeping watch, the ones that are looking out about would be Caduceus. You'd have a good view. You guys have a view throughout the illusion, so if you three...
Can I interject for a second?
Sure.
Since this is a lot of time is passing, and it's just Beauregard and I in this carriage, can I, as a ritual spell, cast Detect Magic and check out the cart around us?
Sure. You finish focusing on the spell, and as you kind of release your arcane incantation to sense the area around you, there's nothing about the cart that appears magical. Since you're focusing on that, and you were...
I guess I'm up front with Caduceus.
All right. I would like you 4, or you 3, and you to go ahead and roll perception checks, please.
14. Jesus.
12.
24.
Oh, 21.
Ooh.
But still good.
Still, that's very
The
good.
2 of you noticing as the cloud-covered skies, the snowfall has lightened. It's not as heavy as it was in the morning, but there is still a faint, soft falling of snowflakes in the air. The now kind of gray and white city with the edges of the roads mucked with dirty snow and mud being tracked through from all the foot and cart traffic. You do notice off to the sides near one of the inns or taverns, it seems, that you have not had the opportunity to visit yet within the Clover Plaza. You see what looks to be a small gathering or a meeting that catches your attention. You glance over and you would not have context. Actually, neither of you have context for this. So the 2 of you see what looks to be a small meeting between 2 really burly-looking figures in armor. A similar style, or at least a haphazard patchwork style of armor and adornments as some of the others that seem to patrol the streets, just keeping an eye out. Kind of look like thugs a bit. You see 2 of them meeting with 2 figures that are in heavy cloak and hood. Because of your perceptive abilities, you notice that they are of almost a similar skin color as Ophelia. Their features very fine, and their lithe bodies kind of vanish within the heavy cloaks that guide them. You do see bits of armor protruding off the side of one that appear to be dark and almost insect-like.
Does it look like the guy that we met down in the sewers?
It does. And as you're watching out, you see them discussing. There is a brief transaction in the shadows of this alleyway and a handshake from the 2 cloaked figures and these 2 others as you kind of just ride by and continue southward.
Shady deals happening
Is that
over
what that's?
there.
Oh, I've never seen one before. Are they buying like I don't know, what are they buying?
I don't know, they're probably selling drugs to each other.
Oh,
or
that's
something like
cool. That's super cool.
that. Yeah. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Those were those guys.
Which guys?
The guys, the guys that were, not.
What?
I just saw one of those guys that had the thing.
It's a dodecad.
Yeah.
You saw a drow creature from Jorhas?
Yeah.
You saw a crick? I don't know if
That's really rude. I saw them. They were over there. They had cloaks on, and I saw them. What if they can send us and they know that we have the thing that they're
I think
looking
they're
for?
just regular I think they're
Keep looking at them to see if they notice us.
All right. As you pay very close attention as you pass through the main thoroughfare of the Clover Plaza, they don't seem to notice or pay any mind to your presence, and eventually they are out of sight, and you have no means of keeping tabs on them. As you now head towards the southern side of the Clover Street, heading towards the outskirts of Shady Creek Run, and eventually out of the city entirely. So, as the buildings begin to give way to hovels and huts and tents and shacks, you begin to see really where the bulk of those who have escaped or not allowed entry into the Empire now reside. You see mud-covered folks that are bundled up for body heat in this cold weather, many that are out stretching hands in your direction for handouts, and others that get too close to the outside of Ophelia's carriage, and you watch as the cart driver grabs what looks to be a switch off the side and whacks one of them in the hand, and he recoils from it and darts off, and a few others kind of hiss and run off with him. Eventually, that gives way to the path that leads to the Quanah Breach. Familiar for those of you who had traveled here previously, you can see the Dunrock Mountains ahead, the large spiky crags that mark this mountain range that is the divide between the northern gray wastes and the descent into the Dwendalian Empire. The graying wildlands that you reside begin to give way as you see the gate of the Odalot family's exit from the region. As you approach, similar figures that originally greeted you at dusk when you had arrived here seem to be stationed there. And as they approach the carriage, before they can even raise a word, Ophelia just leans one arm out the side and throws what looks to be a small coin purse in their direction. One of them catches it, opens it real fast, and just gives a motion, and the two gates open before the carriage. And there you get to see the familiar sharpened wooden pikes that are adorned with skulls and pieces of whatever other warnings they could amass for anybody who attempted to pass without paying the toll. Passing beyond those gates, you curve around the corner, and now you're between the sheared cliffs of the Quanah Breach, where it looks like this mountain range was almost pulled apart, leaving behind this strange snaking maze of open pathways, smooth on the inside of these otherwise rough mountains, almost like wind has over time eroded and driven smooth the interior through here. And you can hear the faint winds blowing through, occasionally bursting with loud whistles and almost this droning moan sound that seems to be created by the wind pushing against these weirdly carved pathways through. These drivers have done this many times and very deftly maneuver through. And when it does fork off in different directions, they knowingly take the path that you assume will bring you to the end of this journey. After a bit of time passing through this strange ravine, it opens up once more to a very large gate. And you can see Crownsguard there, almost expecting you as you pass through. The Crownsguard begin to approach, the carriages stop, and Ophelia steps out. As she does so, another one of the carriage drivers, the one that's driving your carriage, which would be Bowen. Yeah, Bowen Caleb, steps off to join her with what looks to be a small scroll case. She steps up to the captain of this gate, this watch, and from a distance, they begin to have a conversation. You can't hear it. It's hushed voices, or at least not loud enough to reach your distance.
For a second, I was like, I know this. I can't read
No, it's the old campaign.
I can sneak up and...
Caleb, what about your cat?
Are you whispering to me through the doorway, or?
No, like I'm leaning over the carriage. I'm like, Caleb, what about your gato?
Yeah.
Hey, look what I can do.
What?
And I am going to use, what is it, the thing? The Cloak of Shadows? I'm going to use Cloak of Shadows on myself.
All right, it gives you about 12 seconds of invisibility.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, wow.
Cloak of shadow.
Motherfucker, I thought it gave me a lot more
It's
than
until the
that.
end of your next turn.
Ah, shit, it's in battle. Hold on, look what I can do!
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh my god! Oh, hi!
Best use of channel divinity in D&D history right there, ladies and gentlemen.
What's happening outside the car? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, it was really cool though.
Did you see that I went
You were
invisible?
gone!
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I've been thinking about that for a while.
Well, next time you use it, maybe it will have a purpose.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I did not miss Sam Riegel giving me shit about my spell usage.
All right, as this is happening and you're watching carefully across the way, the scroll case is open and a series of papers are handed to the Crown's Guard there. And then you watch as a handful of coin are passed over by Ophelia to the captain, reads over the papers, hands them back, gives a hand motion to what looks to be about a group of about 6 or 7 Crown's Guard at the gate. They begin to open it, and entry is given to the Empire. And just a few days you've been gone, the carriages pick up speed once more, and you re-enter the Dwendalian Empire, heading towards the northern side of the Marrow Valley. Welcome back. So,
Excuse me. Once we're past that border and time has passed, and the 2 Empire kids are just sitting alone in this carriage, Caleb just staring out the window, not even looking at Beauregard. Beauregard.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? You know an awful lot about me now. You are not some youth throwing themselves on drink, as you tried to claim when we first met. You are clearly tied to something greater than that. You are not some fuck-up. Who are you?
It's funny, I thought you were gonna say something like, man, the Empire is sure fucked up, and I was gonna be like, right, I was just thinking the same thing.
Well, that's
it's just like what Jester said, we can't read each other's thoughts.
It's a separate issue. You and not, we're very different, but not completely. And I would feel a little safer if I knew a little more about you.
Well, you know, I'm a monk of the Cobalt Soul. I kind of actually dumped a lot of this on Knot. She kind of asked. I was a little tipsy.
Okay.
I was feeling vulnerable in the moment. It doesn't happen often. She kind of caught me in a perfect window.
Her or you?
Knot did. Wait, both? Never mind.
Right.
I never intended to be a monk of the Cobalt Soul. My father sent me away to the monastery when I wasn't what he wanted me to be. And I was kind of a dick. So.
Why are you out here in the wastelands?
I ran away from the Cobalt Soul, and they gave me a kind of like a raise in rank because of it, so that was kind of cool. Really just further instilled my rebellion, to be totally honest.
And now you what? You want to follow the orders of the Cobalt Soul? You want to do whatever they ask you to do, or is there something you want to do? Or why are you running around with criminals than me?
My whole life was dictated by establishment that I didn't have a lot of control over. And the Cobalt Soul sort of has this underlying faction that helps uproot corrupt establishment. And I know, I scoffed at the idea of being a part of a system that is supposed to take down systems. Doesn't really make sense, but, you know, maybe you, if anyone, can understand the idea of fighting fire with fire. That's why I'm doing this.
This is all orders you are following?
No. They just want information. I'm out in the world, at the ground level. People like us tend to have our fingers on the pulse of what's being said around the city sometimes. It's not necessarily something that a monk in full accolades can always accomplish.
Okay. So, a little bit of official business, a little bit of your own personal axe to grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Danke.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
No.
Cool.
Cool.
Ew, don't do that.
From here.
All right, continuing southward through the night. Eventually, the carriages pull off to the side for the evening.
Me and Naz are having a dance party in ours.
That no one can see.
I'm alive. I'm happy.
Ophelia doesn't leave her carriage, but eventually the carts and the two carriages are kind of circled around a campfire. The drivers begin to cook their own meal, and you are allowed to use the space to make what you wish.
So wait, how far, have we made it outside the city? You just said
You guys are far beyond the city. You're beyond the Quantum Breach. You haven't reached the main road yet. You are just south of the breach, maybe by 4 hours or so. So you're still north side if you want to.
We're still north of the thicket, Chrisvale thicket.
Yes, far north.
Okay.
Like a few days north of that.
A few days.
Like 3 days north.
Okay.
I will cook up what's there. We'll have a meal.
All right. For the purpose of expediency, you have another day and a half, 2 days worth of travel. The snowfall hasn't come in flurries, thankfully. It's just been a gentle, continuous snowfall. Chilled as it is, the blankets have come in handy for those riding in the cart, as the carriages themselves help insulate somewhat from the temperature. There comes a point where all of you who are present, Beauregard, Caleb, not, where your hair begins to stand on your skin, and this kind of deep, lead-like sinking sensation clutches the bottom of your stomach. As you've, short time ago, met up with the Glory Run Road heading southward. But you begin to come upon two familiar-looking mounds, hills, that flank the sides of the road.
I will message Caleb and with my little wire and say, "Do you think we should stop?" You can reply to this question.
Yes. I pull out my own wire and I aim towards Ophelia and say, Mr. Nzala, we require a few moments on the side of the road here.
She responds, a quick pit stop, if that is what you require.
Yeah, 10, 20 minutes, nothing more.
Very well. The carriage at the front comes to a slow stop. The second carriage comes to a stop. And as you all begin to step out of your spaces, the soft white hills and white fields, and just small elements of the slushy road immediately catch your vision. And there, towards the southern side of the eastern hill, you see the single wooden cross embedded in the somewhat hard, cold earth. And there, not yet removed from the cross, whether it be by luck or superstition, there is the white snow-dappled, multicolored coat of Mollymauk tea leaf.
I grab Jester by the hand and walk her over.
I've never actually been to a grave before.
Really?
Not of someone I knew.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
I get down on my knees. I think he's still here with us.
I think so too.
Thank you, Molly.
You know, I grabbed his stupid cards.
I love those cards.
You want to draw one?
Yeah.
Caleb scoops Not up out of the cart that she's in, and just we watch from a distance.
What did I pull?
What did you pull?
Oh, God, I gotta think about this. I think you pulled the moon again.
I pulled this the first time I met him.
Old Faithful.
Well, this is his card. I put it next to the little stick.
I'll hop off the carriage and walk over. Staring at the coat, I'll summon the new sword.
You watch as the blade emerges. The golden sheen of the summer dance is crooked towards the tip. The previously smooth curvature of it seeming to have blended with the design of the falchion. It's a strange, exaggerated blend of the two.
In the way that I was taught by Vandrin, I'll extend the sword to my side, bring it up in a salute, swing it back down. I've met a lot of people, but I don't think I'll ever meet another character as unique as you, Molly.
What time of day is it?
It's about midday. And as you kind of look around at the nearby clouds, you glance over back towards the cart, and you see stepping out of the cloak of illusion, the leathered, conscious figure of Yasha, having shaken herself from the illusory binds. Groggy and confused, she kind of steps towards the rest of you. What's going on?
Sorry, Yasha.
While they were coming to rescue us.
We lost him.
He tried to get to your side. He tried very hard.
She takes a few more steps. She seems to have tuned the rest of you out and is just focused on the marker. It happened again. And she just walks towards the grave. The crunching of her boots through the condensed snowfall, until eventually she comes to rest at the very point of where he was interred. Falls to her knees, her shoulders slumped forward, her hair dark to white, tumbling past the front of her torso. Turned away from you all. Just quiet.
Put my hand on her shoulder.
Put my hand on the other one.
Both of you feel her shoulders quaking. You can't tell if it's tears, anger, whatever it is, it's emotion. And you hear a growl. And the growl gets louder and louder as she begins to stand up. And all of you hear this echoing scream from the depths of Yasha's soul, this mournful, baleful cry of anger and anguish just shatter the still cold air of this midday sky. The blackened skeletal wings of her fallen SMR form force both of your hands to recoil as she looks up to the sky. In the distance, you see 2 or 3 flashes of blue lightning from a coalescing storm far to the east. Her head lowers without meeting any of your gaze. She puts her hand forward on the top of the marker, steps around and begins walking towards the storm.
Yasha.
She puts her hand up. I'll find you when I'm ready. The wings flicker out.
Knowing how young Not is, I hold her closer and rest her head on my shoulder and walk away from what is a very painful thing to look at.
May I? I'm going to walk up, move a little bit of the snow, and dig my hand as deep into the ground as I can, and attempt to do the full casting of Decompose and see what I get.
Okay.
Are you going to make Molly tea?
You finish focusing on the cantrip. It feels like it sufficiently took root, though you do not see any difference as it is a bit beneath the dirt.
Something will be here.
What did you just do?
I made the earth remember him. Something will be here. Get back on the cart. Leave them.
I've said it before, but I'm sorry we weren't here to help. We haven't known each other that long, but you've shown us incredible kindness and care. And I'm very grateful for that. I will return the favor if it's ever needed.
After a while, you just kind of lose track of favors. It's okay.
I've never had many favors done my way.
It wasn't a favor, though. You guys are the only friends I've ever had. So, yeah, most people in my life just kind of leave. And when I'm not driving away, well, I guess I should probably try and start keeping people around at this point.
I need to get myself some diamonds.
That is an incredibly random thought.
No, it's so that this doesn't happen again.
I think you would have been happy that you got to say goodbye. But we should keep going.
Yeah.
Come, everyone. Molly wanted us to keep living.
And make things better.
Back in the carts.
As you all turn around and begin making your way, crunching through the snow, outside of her carriage, you see Ophelia Mardoon, arms crossed, just kind of leaning against the outside of it. As you approach, she kind of has a curious tilt to her head, and she goes, "I assume this is where you lost someone. Unfortunate."
There is always a cost.
Don't I know it? Well, may whoever they are, may their soul find peace. To whatever that means to them. She turns around and gets back up into the carriage. With that, you all assemble back onto your respective carts and places, and the carts begin to pick up pace once more, and silently, you all glance over your shoulder, unable to look away, until eventually the hills break the horizon, and you're unable to see the last standing coat and gravesite of Molymont. Now heading southward for a few more days, trekking down, you find your way towards the Crisp Vale Thicket on the Goalie Run Road. There is the crossroads, which turn westward, and then curving outside of the Crisp Vale Thicket towards Hupperduke and the Silverquell Ridge. Eventually, after a couple more days, you pass by and you can see in the distance, as the night gets dark, you can see the glowing lights and the fireworks of Hupperduke's evening celebrations. Memories calling back to that wonderfully colored person. All the joy they brought. The flowers in their hair and horns. Eventually heading back towards the crossroads that leads towards Filderwen and Barrowburn. Following that path, about 8 days of travel lead you finally to the visual sight of the central metropolis of Zadash ahead of you. For whatever a home could be for this motley family, this is it. And you've made it. By the time you arrive after an evening's camp, you hit the northern gates outside of Zadash by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it would be. Ophelia presents her paperwork to the Crown's Guard that guard the exterior gate. Without issue, you're let in, and back to the familiar cobblestone streets of the district. You can see the tri-spires towering over the exterior walls that mark that district. Memories of what you've done here, the times that you first met and made whatever small impact and strange experiences the city had before you've returned. So, Mighty Nein, what do you wish to do?
Out of game. How long have we been gone? When did we leave Zadash? Like we've been gone
At
for...
least 3 weeks.
You guys are...
Feels like a year.
I don't know, but Caleb would know.
Caleb would
exactly.
And I'm sure crit roll stats too.
Yes.
No. I will guesstimate, since the last time I checked in with them on this and the adventure you guys have gone through, you're somewhere in the middle of you're like 3.5 weeks in.
Yeah.
So you're pushing somewhere, I'm guessing, after all that kind of 8 days of travel coming down here. Maybe a little less than that, probably. It's moving kind of slow because you're moving just carts, not on horseback. So yeah, so that's 6 days. So yeah, you're getting pretty close to the 30-day mark.
Okay. Also, since we spent so much time in those carriages, I would have spent a full day with my lucky rock that I found, and those ideas I had have come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
And I have set it just so.
All right.
Lucky Rock?
Yep, that's what this game is about now, Travis.
6 weeks of Lucky Rocks?
Yep, I have luck again. I got a new feat.
Oh!
Yeah. Cheers.
Hey, man. All tricks, the best trick.
No.
Never again.
So what do you wish to do? You've returned to...
Well, we have to bring
Ophelia
to the gentleman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta bring it.
Yeah, but hold on. Also, we're aligned. 7 or 8 days on the road. How much money do we all have?
Oh, I did the math between all the platinum and gold that we found. We should each get 163 gold pieces.
163?
Is that including, did you break down the platinum?
Yes.
101 platinum, 103
Not
gold.
as much as I wanted.
Wait a minute, but how much gold do I
Including Yasha, who I assume took her share.
Of course you did, yeah.
Yes. We threw it and it landed in her pocket and she ghosted up.
And we are hopefully going to collect some fat
Am
stacks
I
from
getting
the
in on this
gentleman.
as well?
You're
Yeah,
part
you
of
are.
Of course,
Wow.
our
Wow.
newbie.
That's awfully nice.
We're gonna have like an introductory period. You stay for 2 weeks and then we give you your money.
That seems very prudent.
Nothing.
Yeah.
How do I add money?
Oh,
It's a currency tab.
Money.
Yeah, you tap
Actions,
the money.
spell, equipment, and then touch on the icons of the coins in D&D Beyond.
So you
Wait a
can-
minute,
and now
but
they have a
didn't you
new.
guys steal some money
We
from
took
me?
a bunch of your gold.
We took about 70
No,
gold.
of course not.
We took 70 gold.
I'm pretty sure it was
I got a lot of tweets about it.
Thanks,
We also
guys.
we took some of Molly's gold. So it
Internet's
wasn't
full
just
Yeah,
of
yours.
crap.
troublemakers.
Thanks, guys.
Laura, that's
The last time we let you in on our secrets.
So it's how much gold, how much platinum?
Just 163 gold. I just broke it down into gold. It's easier that way.
But it's all
some
platinum.
gold too, and I don't know how much it
Right.
was. Right.
Who
You
cares?
guys use like 70 gold a month.
He might.
Matt, do we find a bank to break change on the way?
I can say if you'd like to, there are ways to transition the money. I mean,
Okay, we stop.
it's for ease, you can say gold piece value for just keeping tabs on it, but you can say that a portion of it is platinum for ease of travel. Though you have a bag of holding, it's not a huge issue.
Okay.
Yeah, bag of holding is one of those items where eventually when you reach a certain level, you're like, you know what, let's not worry about all that copper and silver and gold piece
We all have
weight with
roughly
you.
30-something platinum.
Dope.
And I'm glad you rolled at least a 15 on that investigation check. You never would have found that bag of holding.
Holy Jesus, that would
Detective.
Oh
have
my god. I've rolled relatively crap considering.
Thank you.
Not that I show the notes there regularly, but that is the 15 plus investigation roll right there.
Oh my God.
No,
yeah,
we don't
15
doubt you, Matt. We don't doubt you.
I know.
I know you don't sleep. I know you stare at a computer monitor and think up numbers for us
It's true.
nonstop.
That's from the
I,
writing
that's a,
stuff.
I should be better about being a human being. So,
It's all good.
The carriages make their way, beelining, as if they know where to go, towards the evening nip.
Oh, do we remember the code to get in? What is it? You say like, I need a drink.
These
or
pretzels are making me thirsty.
Yeah. What is it? I'm here to help.
It's like I need to speak to the gentleman.
No.
We're here to help.
I want some milk
it's
or
a
something.
phrase. It's a phrase.
I have it written down somewhere.
Maybe Ophelia knows.
I'm pretty sure she'll
Sure, we're
know.
fine.
Ophelia, do you know the secret code?
This is like
I'd like to offer many gifts.
That is
yeah,
indeed it.
yes.
Nice.
There we go.
Bitches.
So, the carriages eventually find their way snaking through the sometimes narrow streets of Zadash, until eventually you find your way to the outskirts of the evening nip. The carriages stop. I imagine the carts would come to a stop as well, those who are driving them. Ophelia steps out, and her drivers kind of hold view on this. Ophelia heads towards and waits at the doorway to the evening nip. One of her drivers comes up behind her with the bags that she had packaged in the carriage, and as you guys step off of him, one of the carriages is then brought around the back to the evening nip. She has her arms crossed. Is that all you are coming?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good, follow me. And she steps inside. As you all step into the dark interior of the tavern, the first thing you see, of course, amongst the various empty tables and booths in this small, divey tavern, the familiar smell of like stained wood and strong liquors spilt on floors that have long warped and been stained with all sorts of drinks and chemicals. You see the gruff dwarven bartender, Clive, kind of look back at you, his chin kind of chewing something on the inside of his mouth. I was given word she might show up. Most likely not, mind you, but word was given. Go ahead.
I have many gifts.
Right, no, I've seen you before.
Yeah, no, but I do have many gifts though,
Great, well,
still.
bring her up. It's back. Ophelia.
Work. Yeah.
Ophelia looks like she's trying to recall something, like she's like, it's around that way, I think. And she follows you in. It looks like she's trying to recall, like it's been a while since she's been here.
It's this way.
Right, I know.
That's to the bathroom.
I remember.
Yeah.
As we're heading down, I'll drop my mask of many faces.
You find the trap door and open it, and you begin to descend the kind of tight spiral staircase that leads into the underchambers of the gentleman's lair. As you reach the base of it, you can hear the sound of a lazy harp playing inside the stone-encased chamber. Across the way, you can see the individual playing the harp is Kara, who's leaned against the bar on a stool, her legs up on the edge of a table, and there's just a little small compact harp that she's just kind of plucking away lazily. She looks like she may have been imbibing early this day. The usual suspects fill two of the tables, the same ogre guardian eyeing you all with both familiarity and general mindless suspicion.
Who has it been? Yeah, it's very talkative for him, actually.
The left table appears to be rather crowded. There is a card game afoot. And you can see the gentleman is amongst this group. Most of the general attendees of this area, the underworks, seem to have gathered. There's 7 players at the table at this point, and the others are just watching from the outskirts, and they're in the middle of what looks to be a rather tense hand. There's quite a pile of coin, a variety of copper, silver, and gold, all thrown a bit, a handful of platinum thrown into the mix. Looks like this is some sort of a crescendo. As the gentleman is there looking at his cards in his hand, his eyes quickly glance up and notice you approach, and he kind of gives like an acknowledging nod, and he goes right back to his hand, and he's focused at the other players at the table. Behind him, you can see looming Sora, his half-giant guardian, is still standing there over him, her arms crossed, and she just kind of watches as you approach, and then looks very carefully over everyone at the table to make sure that everyone's hands are visible. At this point, you watch as everyone's hands are called, and one by one, each hand's at the table, and then at once you see this raucous cry and scream of excitement and boos all at once, and you watch as the gentleman throws his cards down, shaking his head as he accepts defeat, and one of his handymen manages to scrape the coins off the table and He goes and reaches over to a bowl on the table behind him and pulls what looks to be a fresh strawberry that's been cleaned perfectly, none of the green remaining at the top of it, and pops into his mouth. Chews for a second and looks over to the rest of you. As he kind of glances the direction and points a finger, everyone looks over their shoulder, notices you approach, and they begin to gather their cards. And it seems like the gaming session is done with your arrival. The gentleman looks over and goes, my. I would have easily read my opponents had my eyes not been so blinded by beauty. As he looks towards Ophelia, he kind of sits up and she puts her hand out and he takes the hand and kisses it. And in like one rapid movement, kind of it grabs her arm and stands up and sweeps her around in his arm and brings her in for this really passionate kiss. Oh. And there's a moment where they're both just locked in before he goes, and pulls away and like grasps his lip, and you can see there's blood now curling down. And she sits there and kind of licks the blood and goes, it has been a while, my Azure lover. However, business before pleasure. And he kind of wipes his lip a bit and goes,
You've seen that before.
The gentleman kind of rubs his lip for a second. Well, you've upheld your promise and sent, it seems, some sort of a successful endeavor, right? I assume since you've returned with her. And she goes, they are a very capable team, indeed. Consider our debt paid, she says to the gentleman. Now, I would like to see their debt paid as well, for they paid for their service in blood. The gentleman stands up at his table. Of course, my dear, of course. I am sorry to hear that. He looks amongst you all and looks over to you and kind of gives a curious look. And then keeps glancing about. Ah, I see what she refers to. My apologies. However, that is the way of the entrepreneurial sellsword, is it not? And he seems to be making a calculation in his mind for a moment. We are on schedule.
Did you get my messages?
I did, and thank you very much. Actually, the storehouse is already up and running again, so thank you very much for the notification. That saved us some time as well.
That's the place, the tree place, right?
That is a way of explaining, yes.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Gentleman, sir, we didn't catch you at a bad time, did we? It seems that you just stepped out of the shower or something? Should we come back after you've dried yourself off and made yourself presentable, or?
You watch as the glimmer of confidence in his eyes sets into this glare for a second, and then he kind of, I'll be fine. Well, your contract is fulfilled. Miss Mardoon and I will take the week to reestablish our trade line, and I thank you. You've earned every copper. Looks over his shoulder, and you see as two of his various goons come over with what looks to be a heavy chest onto the table. It hits with a very, very mighty strike. The whole table kind of shakes for a second, and as they open it, it is filled with gold and platinum coins. Glancing in, it's mostly platinum.
Hundreds, y'all.
He pushes it forward, and it comes to about 600 platinum pieces and 250 gold pieces.
3,250 gold.
600.
3,250 gold. It's platinum plus gold. Around 600 platinum pieces times 5.
Times 5?
Times 10.
Times 10?
Yeah.
Even better.
The remaining sum for the agreement that you had made was 6,250 gold pieces. So,
Sweet.
for both jobs being completed, he had paid some in advance.
That's right.
He had given you some funds, but this was the rest of the agreed upon amount.
100 silver, y'all.
I think your math is off.
He then kind of reaches back into a small belt pouch that is carefully hidden on the inside of his belt. Counts out a few coins and throws them across the table towards you. It looks to be another 50 or so platinum.
Ooh.
This is
We got a
What is
tip.
this, tip?
for your loss and your troubles.
Wow.
That is very honorable.
I am nothing if not. So, you have a new companion that you've dragged into my sanctum.
He has many gifts to offer.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
right
this,
now.
Mr. Clay, this is money, and you can use it to buy things like goods or services.
What kind of goods or services?
Tailoring services.
tailoring?
What are you interested in?
Know what money is. I'm just having fun with
don't
that.
know.
Yeah, but still, what are you interested in?
I've never really thought about it before. I think, I can think of about 4 things I'd like to get. That's nice. Yeah.
I'm sure they have a lot of tea blends here in Zadash.
Well, and I could probably use a new tea set and maybe a new skillet and.
Well, you had 3 cups, so you need
Yeah,
1.
some of the 4 things to making a set of 7.
3, 4, 5.
This ought to cover it. Just.
Do you like rings?
No, I'm okay.
Whoa.
Well, regardless, we do have 2 choices here. Either we kill you, or we take a bit of your essence to keep tabs.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we probably should have told you that before we brought you in here.
Yeah, they all got little collections of our blood in these
It's
vials.
just a formality. We need to
Criminal
protect our
underworld
interests
and
as
all
much
that.
as yours. I hope you understand, Mr. Miss, whatever you like.
Clay. Mr. Clay.
Mr. Clay.
I'm going to try and get an insight check on this interesting ghost. 23.
Ooh, secrets. Hey, Laura.
Hey, yes, Sam.
How do you like the new layout of the D&D Beyond app? I don't think you've used it yet.
No, this is my first time looking at it, but I'll tell you what, it sure is great.
Wow.
My brain isn't working. I was trying to think of a word
Is it
for.
efficient? Everything
That's
I
right.
want is now in condensed.
Man, your schlocky bit is great and all, but it is really good to have you 2 at the table again. It'd only be better if Ashley was here, but it is really good to have you 2 back. Fucking for real. Yeah. Okay, as you were.
Okay, but I'm going to need something.
Curious. Tell me what you need.
I need you to promise not to do anything untoward with it. Just whatever you're going to do and what you need it for. Obviously, everyone seemed okay with that. I just need you to promise that you're not going to, cast anything weird or,
You have my word as a gentleman.
That seems fair.
All right, Cree! And from around the corner, you see, finishing a meal, the dark-furred, yellow-eyed tabaxi woman begins to approach, kind of pulling the small satchel of side, pulling open the flap and taking out what looks to be a small blade.
I can do it.
Oh, very well.
I'm gonna get one of my beetles to come out and just bite my finger for me.
Oh, how strange.
Thank you.
And as you watch as she pulls one vial out of her satchel, uncorking it, and then as she curls a finger upward, the blood seems to lift at a slow arc out of the wound and drift, dancing through the air, and then into the vial, before it's filled to about halfway, and the blood flow staunches and completes the vial to about 3/4. She corks it and puts it back into the satchel, closing it. Thank you very much for your donation.
You're welcome. I'm gonna really quickly cast Eyes of the Grave. Are there any undead within 60 feet?
Interesting point. No one dead within 60 feet.
Thank you.
You feel a little more comfortable knowing that.
Yeah. Just wanted to check.
Cree turns to you and goes, I hate to bother, but in happy to see you return, I see that Lucian is not with you.
Oh, yes.
That is correct. He had his own business to attend to. We parted ways.
Make a deception check.
Boy.
Natural 20.
Holy
Thanks, Matt Colville.
shit.
High school.
All right. Well, should you cross paths with him again, tell him that Kree would like to see him. It's been so brief since we've been reunited.
It didn't end well. It seems doubtful, but yeah, if we see him again, rest assured.
Very well. Anyway, it is good to see all of you. Welcome back. The gentleman is pleased with your success. Yes. And then turns around and then kind of shuffles her way back to where she was sitting.
Can I ask a question, Matthew?
Yes, you may.
Do we know what day it is? Is it past Quen Pilar?
It's probably right on the cusp of Quen Pilar.
Okay.
Yeah, because Fesserin, that shift happened with the Harvest Close Festival, if I recall. I'll double check after the episode just to be sure and get you the right answer. But if you're right on the cusp, if not right now, entering into that month.
Could I get the gentleman's attention and say, this adventure has been thorough. A name came up in our travels, and I was wondering if you may have heard of someone, Amarius Lepoul.
What are you doing?
Go on, go on.
And as you're talking to him, like his eyes are locked on Ophelia, and he's like, I can't say that rings a bell, but I can certainly ask my contacts if you're looking for information about this individual. What was the name?
Marius Lepoul, P-U-A-L.
I'll look into it. Don't worry.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure is mine, Ford. Anything else you require? Otherwise, I believe you have some money to spend.
Oh, yes.
So much.
Thank you.
Is it still open bar?
When is it not? Please be my
Love
guest.
that answer. I go to the bar.
Round of liquor for all you'd like.
I'll take whatever is not liquor.
Do you have any milk?
They do have milk.
They do have milk. They do have milk, yep.
I don't think I've ever had milk.
Oh, you have to try it. It's so good.
I'm gonna try milk.
It's not particularly chilled, and it's thick and creamy. It's your choice whether or not it's your preference, based on how you've lived most of your life.
This is weird. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's from a cow.
Or a goat. It could be from a goat.
It could be a goat.
It could be from a mom.
That's
You
weird.
know.
This is very weird.
Maybe just have some tea. They might have tea. Do you have tea?
The barkeep, who you see is kind of the ragged, middle-aged man who's running the bar at the moment. One eye is kind of, you don't know if it's swollen shut or he's just missing an eye or he's just wanting to study you very closely with the left one. Leans forward and goes, "You're joking, right?"
Yeah.
It's a funny joke.
A good one.
That's a really
I've
funny
been working
joke.
on it.
I can tell as well. It works out well.
Well,
it
we'll just have some.
great for
We'll
me.
just have some whiskey then.
Whiskey it is. I got you whiskey. Puts a couple shots in the bar.
Try
fills
this,
them up.
Mr. Clay.
That's a little strong. I
It's
don't know.
from the earth, though. They make it from grains.
I'm not sure this doesn't.
They take wheat and barley and stuff, and they mash it up and let it sit outside. They let it decompose a little bit.
Please, Roger.
Am I aware that he doesn't know? Okay. Am I aware that Sam doesn't actually know how whiskey's made?
What are you doing? You take some mash, put it together, put it in a
I
barrel.
don't know any of this, do I? Okay, hold on. Yeah, sure. Okay, apparently.
Let's have a shot.
Finish getting angry and saying, all right, here we go.
And together, both tiny Goblin Knot, with her rather large, comparatively shot glass, and very large Caduceus Clay with a comparatively really tiny shot glass, both in unison, whack, slam back. The bartender's already refilled yours.
Is it supposed to do that?
Oh, yes, very much. The earth is calling you to her.
Do you have anything to take the edge off?
Try some milk.
And say it pours another glass of milk and pushes it forward.
A milk chaser for your whiskey.
Oh. Is this what people drink? Oh.
Someone make him a White Russian.
Did we not go there first? Oh my god.
If you like milk, you'll love this.
You got any Kahlua back there?
You're the worst people.
Ever had a cement mixer?
Can I find, is it Kara? Kara? On the...
Kara.
Kara, thank you, yeah.
Back leaning. She's kind of watching you as you approach.
Been gone for a while. When we left, Zadash was in a bit of a tizzy. How is it in the city?
It's comparably all right. Most of the business has made its way eastward. Things have kind of come back to normal.
Troop presence about the same?
Well, most of the troop presence went ahead and made its way towards where the outposts were.
I mean, any coming back, any wounded, any...
Not that I've been paying attention to, at least.
No incursions, no security problems?
Not right now.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Come back and ask tomorrow, it might change, but...
True.
Hey, glad you're well.
Thank you.
You all right there, bud?
Yeah, I don't think I take compliments very well.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Whiskey.
The rings are served around. You guys can take as much time here if you'd like to. Whatever you'd like to do.
Well, we can leave,
Move on.
right?
Yeah, whatever you want to. Whatever you want to do. The city is yours.
Yeah, but I'm going to plunk down in front of Ford just for a minute after everybody's milling about for a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down as well. Still a little booth in the back corner,
Sure.
back corner boothin'.
All right.
This may be the alcohol. It's the alcohol. Raise a glass, you two assholes. Here is to fucking making it work.
Yeah. Oh god.
You got out of that without any liquor.
Yeah, it was honestly.
Real
This is
impressive.
why I don't wear white.
Cheers.
Congratulations on being alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ford, you survived being chained up and tortured. That's gotta fuck with a person, right?
Yeah, more the disappointment. You know, I expect better of myself. I let you guys down, I let Jester down, I let Yasha down. I'll never be able to shake this.
Ford, you cannot keep blaming yourself when you were the victim in this circumstance. You understand that, right?
No, I don't.
There are people to blame. I wasn't joking when I said it was someone's fault earlier, but it is not yours. The only person's fucking fault it was fucking asshole Lorenzo's and fucking human traffickers.
No, I get that. I do.
Yeah, you cannot blame yourself when you are taken advantage of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't understand, though. My whole life was trying to blend in, trying to keep an eye out for someone that was looking to take advantage, that was going to exploit. And I got comfortable. I felt relaxed. There's no reason why three of us out on watch couldn't see them coming and raise an alarm fast enough.
There's also no reason that the three of us couldn't have made a fucking plan They couldn't have gotten Molly killed.
I'll drink to that.
No, and we're never going to forget it. It's going to ride with us till we're dead.
Yeah. It puts everything in perspective, though. I'll tell you that much.
Those things don't go away. You carry that shit with you, you know?
I was kind of floating around, just trying to find my way to the Cerberus. I don't know if that's what I want to do anymore.
What do you want to do?
I felt like I almost died and I hadn't taken care of any of the shit that got me here in the first place. I was so worried about trying to learn about these new abilities that I felt like I got distracted. I have people I want to find and things I want to remedy.
Yeah. How did Jester do? No offense, but she seems like she's a little bit more willfully stronger than you are.
I mean, fuck, it's really disturbing. Like, she came out of there like a little kettle of popcorn, just no problem. I mean, can I see Jester? Is she nearby?
Jester, are you nearby?
Yeah, I'm across the bar, just fucking dancing alone.
Just 16 candles again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was worried. There were really dark times, and I would hear Jester like singing to herself at night, and then she'd like change lyrics, and then my name would be in the lyrics sometimes, and every morning she would like try and cheer everybody up that was around her, but she had like the muffle, so I couldn't tell like if my brain was playing tricks on me or if she was just. I don't think there's much that gets her down. It's not kind of inspiring.
I think it is an act.
An act?
I think it is an act.
It is kind of fucked that there's no music right now.
Can't force the playlist.
No, you know, she has a lot of, she's an amazing woman, but talent is different than happiness, I guess.
I don't know, she looks fucking stoked to me right now.
Well, she's very drunk. Yeah.
I'm going to join this table. I've had 6 drinks. I'm in the biggest city I've ever been in. Everything tastes terrible. Oh, man. I don't even know what these last 2 are. They're just terrible.
You don't drink it because it tastes good.
Mr. Clay, have a seat, drop a deuce.
Hey!
Was well placed.
If it had to be anywhere.
He's making fun of your name.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard it before.
I mean, it's a well-natured, though. You
Of
know.
course.
You've heard it before? Did you have a lot of cemetery folks that were good for like a good-natured ribbon?
I mean, you'd be amazed how people deal with a grieving process. I mean, you're going through it right now.
Yep.
I go, Jester!
Lavore.
Not!
What?
Sit down, damn it!
Okay. What? Have you not thrown up yet?
Is that part of it? Are you supposed to? Is that...
You will.
How's your face feel?
normal face style, I suppose?
Go like this, go. Can you feel it? Can you feel that?
I can feel my lips doing that.
He's pretty tall. He's a big guy.
Yeah. Wait.
You can't properly be part of civilization until you have gotten shit-faced and thrown up.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what you're gonna be good for when it's cold? Fucking hot toddies.
I've made a hot toddy before.
I bet you make a great hot toddy out of some dead folks' feet.
Oh, man.
Cinnamon lemon tea.
Bit of a little side conversation. I slapped down the rest of my Goldschlager in front of...
Ew. God. You're hypnotic?
Huh?
You're hypnotic? You're Malibu?
No.
With orbits?
You, have some more. You will dance better. Yeah.
Oh, I
You
don't
just
need
survived
any help
death.
to dance better. I dance pretty good.
I understand that. But we are, you know, dancing along the razor's edge of death. So, you know, I feel like you should embrace the morbidity of life.
You don't have to drink
You
it.
definitely do not have to.
No, you don't have to.
Definitely do not have to.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I feel like this is reverse psychology.
Don't drink it, whatever you do.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
You are supposed to not drink that.
Have you ever had liquor?
Yes, of course.
Oh, well, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had like.
Are we talking when you were a little girl with the...
There you go. Nothing happens. Yeah.
I don't think we have. No, she's never drunk.
I don't think so.
Why not?
You know, milk is just so good.
It is very good.
I really like the taste of it.
Is there a reason why you won't drink? Are you afraid?
Afraid? I'm not afraid of anything.
Wow, that's intense.
I mean, look at her biceps, are quite large. There's no reason to be afraid of anything. Never
Look
mind.
at these things.
That's huge.
You know what? We're all just happy to be alive. It was just the spirit of the moment. I don't mean to pressure you.
I would like to try something that tastes good. That's what I would like to have. I would have
Probably go
to.
to
Should have
another
just
place.
ordered that from the first place as something that tastes good.
Oh my gosh. Mr. Clay,
Yes.
have you ever had a donut?
No.
Have you ever had any pastries?
What a slap day.
Well, I mean, I've made bread, but I don't.
You know where we should take him?
That one place right next to the smut shop that had the really good donuts.
What's a smut shop?
Oh my
Life
gosh,
is gonna
there's so
unfold
much
in
to
front of
show
you.
I feel like we should go to the bathhouse. That's where Molly would want us to go.
Molly would want us to go to
Yeah,
the
you know what? Hold on a
bathhouse.
second. Grab your milk. Everybody raise a glass.
To freedom.
No. Oh, to that purple devil, to Molly Muck Tea Leaf.
To the tea leaf.
Yeah.
And now to our new tea leaf.
That's funny. I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
ironic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Really coincidental.
Really purely coincidental.
Oh, definitely the bathhouse in Pumat, right?
Oh, yeah. What
to
up,
do.
Pumat's
It's been like a month. He's got to have some cool shit.
Yeah.
Ford, you want to go shopping this week, yeah?
Sure.
He's very drunk. He must be drunk.
What would you like? What kind of swords would you like to eat this week?
No.
Would you like to eat like a tsai? Like, you know, like Raphael's, you know, weapon? Or would you like to have maybe...
Raphael, the Mason.
He's a bard from...
You're talking about experimenting with how many weapons we can see.
Yeah, what could we put in his mouth?
absorb into
This is
him?
all out of character. I don't know any of this stuff, but I would like to talk to Travis about, you know,
Oh, yeah.
swallowing whole long swords. And his
Well, I didn't really swallow the last one. It just kind of.
yeah, keep telling yourself
absorbed
that,
it.
big guy.
So here's my question. If we don't turn in the crystal eyeball
Cloven
in your
crystal.
chest, cloven crystal,
Fuckable cantaloupe.
if we don't have that, does that mean bounty hunters are gonna come after you?
No, no, no. They would come after Ionos, Lonos, Jonas. I'm not
It's
sure.
Ionos.
Ionos.
Jonas.
May I?
Nick
Just
Jonas.
Special eye on there. I can't
have a
tell.
look at that. Oh, keen mind.
There you go. You have to delete that in 30 days.
No, nobody knows about its current origins. We just know who was looking for it and who it was supposed to go to.
Did you notice the gentleman's face when you mentioned that name?
Yeah.
He looked over at Ophelia. It was very suspicious.
Yeah, I thought that was just the bone dogging look.
No, no, no. You have to pick up on the subtleties of the human expression to get this stuff. Jester and I saw it.
Yeah.
It was definitely suspicious.
He started sweating out of nervousness.
Yeah, the bone.
He did. He did. Very good, kid. It's a tell. It's what it is.
We should see if he knows the name of Antika.
I think I'll go mention it to the gentleman.
But just say it like
passing.
Yeah. Don't make it obvious.
Yeah.
It's a casual sort of name.
Is he still in the bar?
He's in the bar. He's actually near the stairs. At this point, the two drivers have brought down all the handbags for Ophelia and have kind of placed them in a pile at the base of it.
Gucci luggage.
Yeah. It looks like she's shacking up in the underworks for a little bit while they reestablish this trade route. And so they're in a bit of conversation flirtatiously. He seems it's almost like a subtle Pepe Le Pew scenario where he's definitely playing it on a bit thick, and she's being very dodgy and playful, but you know.
Establishing.
No, surely
Do we see this? Do we see this kind of happening?
You kind of see it in distance, yeah.
She's totally flirting with him just to get the goods.
You think so?
Oh yeah, she doesn't actually like want this. She just wants to maintain a good relationship.
He is laying it on thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, she's like, please stop touching me.
Well, I will trust you because you are. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
That was a good bailout.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
You're a good friend. Please don't ever ask me about my sex life.
I say this with the utmost gravity. I have no interest in your sex life. You believe me? Insight check me.
What's an insight check?
I only have gold. I don't have checks.
You're a good friend.
Let's get out of this place.
Aren't you just gonna yell the name out?
I'm gonna go over there. No!
That's not even
Not the name. That's an island.
We're going to Florida!
Did it work?
No, I don't think that would do it.
Every 50th episode, Critical Role has to have a drunken bar night. It's in a contract somewhere.
I think it is, yeah. It's in our own internal friend contract.
Pub crawl? Pub crawl?
Yeah. Pub crawl.
Go.
Okay, I'm gonna stumble over to the gentleman and just say, I think we're gonna head out now, but you know, if you need us, we'll probably be at the Leaky Tap or something. And
That's fine. You know where to find me if you need anything as well.
Sure. We've been summoned by this person named Avantika, so we're probably just gonna go find.
All right. Well, if there's anything you require from me, let me know.
Okay, you don't know where she is in town.
I can't say I
Or he,
do.
I'm not really sure.
No.
Okay, cool.
Can you insight check him?
Yeah. Well, off we go. Jester, don't forget, we're going to talk about the captain later.
Yeah.
He's already talking to Ophelia. I isn't paying attention.
I'll get very weird.
He's now like having various members of his troupe pick up her bags for her and move her into one of the other chambers.
I was insight checking him while Nut was talking to him.
Make an insight check.
Come on.
No. 12.
At this distance, you can't even see his face, unfortunately. So it's kind of hard to. You're seeing like body movement a little bit, but his gestures seem to be in line with classic gentlemen.
I feel like his hands moved a little bit more, but I can't tell for sure. There was tension in his fist. Like right here, I see.
Yeah. I couldn't focus because there was so much dripping going on. You know, it's a mask of water. It's disgusting.
I kind of like it. I think it looks cool.
How do you make a non-tense fist? I'm trying to
Like this.
That's a.
Well, you know.
You like water?
No.
Keep going. Follow that thread.
Yeah.
Pull on that string.
Be like water.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Super hammered, we stumble on.
You guys stumble your way out of the evening nip back into the streets of Zadash to find your fortune to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and the best way you can maintain the memory of a man who lived life to his fullest. A man, a woman, a they, to the fullest.
What's that?
I light a few cherry bombs and throw them at my friends. In celebration.
Jesus.
Your cherry bombs? Where the fuck those come from?
Fireworks start going off in the center of the street.
For Molly!
Some horses freak out and some carts get dragged down at a fast pace down the road.
Yeah, I drunkenly form the goblite. Oh.
My whole body starts glowing with the light. Oh, you set me on fire!
It's all for Molly!
A confusing display follows you.
Mistake. Oh no.
Heading towards the Pentamark, and that's where we'll pick up next week.
This Clay, we are your destiny.
Oh no. This is a lot.
So we'll pick up on that next Thursday. You guys will have some downtime. We'll have a couple weeks of game downtime for your characters. If there's anything you want to accomplish,
I'm gonna do so much.
Do we tell you now
So
or later?
much shot.
think about it over the next week. In the beginning of next episode, we'll discuss what it is you want to accomplish, and we might have a few momentary roleplay moments depending on what it is you want to do. That involves contacts, purchases, research, looking for information, anything you want to do specific to your character. Start thinking about that throughout the week.
Money-wise, we each get 964 more gold.
Ooh, but can we make that platinum? Because
Yes.
most of us platinum. What would that be?
964 each.
I'm doing that.
That's 96 platinum and 4 gold.
Okie dokie.
Oh man, that's great. All my spell books and scrolls will be converted in the next week. Huzzah! Huzzah!
All right.
Are you sure
Welcome
we can't
back
play
in.
for like another 7 hours tonight? Just this once. Just one 10-hour Critical Role episode.
You remember that tavern called the Leaky Nip?
Yeah.
Can't keep playing.
Wow.
If I
Have you been sitting on that all night? Because that was amazing.
now, if I didn't have a 9 a.m. call time in Santa Monica tomorrow, I would be totally down for it.
So
So
you're saying there's a chance?
yes, no, I'm good. But anyway, thank you guys, Lauren, Travis, welcome back. I missed you guys so much.
So good to be back.
So happy to have you.
So good.
Ashley, we love you. Happy birthday. We'll have you back as soon as we can get you. We love you, and we love you, all you guys coming and hanging out with us tonight for our silly adventure. Once again, it was wonderful to meet everybody at Gen Con. Thank you for joining us there. Thank you for joining us for the live show. Thank you for joining us tonight. And it's a Thursday yet. Good night.